Hey, we're on the internet now.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to the Internet.
Welcome to the internet, where we internet. It's a web that links us together through wires in the ground. Internet.
Right. Yeah.
And the ocean.
God damn it.
How do we rhyme with ocean?
Motion.
I was just gonna say that.
Lotion.
I was gonna say
Easy.
my hat is like a shark fin.
Oh, LL Cool J. Good throwback. Good throwback. You ate my bird.
Anyways, back to this.
Remember?
Hey, Nick's back. We have a rabbit folk in the party again. Does anybody want to recap for some inspiration? Or shall I?
I get in
I'll do
trouble
it.
when I do it.
I'll do it.
Go for it.
All right, so we wake up in our hotel, right? We're about to go like do the bank robbing, and then Bosch doesn't come out. So then we go up to Bosch's door, we knock on it, nothing happens, complete silence. So Flynn just walks right into Bosch's room, and Bosch is standing over a hole about 10 foot in diameter, and then melts into it like ice cream. Just completely melts into the hole. We stand around the hole for a little bit, then we decide to go in. After walking and then walking and walking, we find ourselves in a large cavity with purple-like plants and black sand and a waterfall. And walking through that cavity, we fight some crazy wraith thingy that I can't remember the name of. And then a shadow, yeah. And then there was a chest. I opened the chest to find it biting my hands and arms with its poisonous teeth. And Flynn had to freeze it to death. And then we kept on going to find another large cavity with like fleshy red walls. And the fleshy red walls came a red face oblex thing that loves to turn people on each other. So after fighting that for a little bit, it turns Thavo, and Thavo cleaves Flynn in half, just completely destroys him. One tap, boom, dead.
This is real thick, real thick. He was intact.
And then went for me. After I shot like a firebolt at her, she finally came to terms. And I cast the darkness around Flynn and gave him a little bit of the potion. And then we went to try to go stop Bosch on an altar with a big dark knight. He was about to stab him, or like blood was floating up to a knife. We had no idea what was happening, so we tried to kill it. But every time we got close, he would teleport us back to the start. And then after the knife was full, he turned around and started to speak to us in our native languages about how this knife is like some super weapon and things about the Yalu. I can't remember that dude's name. The big mage in the sky.
Wayul.
Wayul. He started talking about how this thing will kill Wayul, and how if we don't, he's gonna let out some sort of demigod. Can't remember the name of him either.
Grazort.
Orcus is the one you're
Orcus.
referencing.
Or Orcus.
And I think that's it. Is that it?
That is pretty much it. Take your inspiration.
Where's the gist?
That is the gist of it. Bosch does have like black tendrils that have almost like imprinted themselves on his arm now, but you did all carry him up to back into your rental home that has a floor in it and let him rest. After that, y'all just decided to take the day, because why not? So you relaxed? You went and looked for tacos. Couldn't find any tacos. But you found food, relaxed, hung out for the day. You all took a long rest, and that's where we're going to pick up is the following day.
Don't forget we started rating our food as well too on doors.
You did that.
You're right. That's going to have major story implications in the last 2 episodes. Can't
I
believe I
know.
forgot that.
We're gonna become the best Yelp reviewers in all the land.
They're gonna be D&D foodies.
Just setting up the after story there.
Uh-oh, we lost one. His kids got on the internet and kicked him off.
Bosch is still unconscious.
Nick has dial-up. Somebody had to make a phone call.
Oh, good times.
Are you there, Nick?
He's not
He quit the
on.
Discord.
Yeah, he looks like
Oh.
he dropped for a second.
Like I said, I bet his kids got on and kicked him off the internet.
Wake me up before you go,
yeah,
go.
go.
Got her.
I sing that song all the time. That's the name of one of my meetings every week. I named it that.
Closing time.
I used to have a closing time meeting, not anymore.
Wake up.
What?
Put the kids on the table.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
It still gets me every time I think about that.
I think your mic threshold is like super low, so when you raise your voice at all, it like stops.
Oh, yeah.
Not like James Dean. I'm more like Brad Pitt.
Shut up. Shut up, Derek. We will never talk about that ever again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, while we're waiting for Nicholas, our next campaign to give you guys a little preview will be led by the one and only Ginger in our group, Derek Datley. See? Applause.
Nick, is that you back? I don't want to talk right now.
Nick has been dead for 30 years.
If you drop back in, that means he probably just got on. He's rebooting the mothership.
Yes. Yep.
Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah.
Small town internet.
We just assumed you had dial-up when somebody had to make a call on your house.
Get off the phone, Mom.
Exactly.
I made a new friend in AOL chat.
Don't be jealous. I've been talking to hot girls online all day.
All day. Guess you can say things are getting pretty serious.
Anywho, now that Nick's back, I don't know what you heard or didn't heard, but we're picking up the next day.
So I guess Flynn will wake up and immediately go check on the Bosch, see how he's feeling.
Yeah. You walk into Bosch's room. The hole in the floor is no longer there. And, I mean, Bosch is there. Probably in the process of waking up, I gather.
Hey, buddy,
Is
how you feeling?
Is there any residual effects from all that happened?
Nothing that you notice right off the bat. There are the tendrils of like imprinted dark energy that run along one of your forearms.
Is there any, like, I don't know, do I feel like shit?
No. You maybe feel like a little malnourished. Like you're hungry. It's been over 24 hours since you've been conscious to this point, so
I could eat. What the hell happened to my hand? I mean, I feel like I've slept a long time.
It was quite an ordeal. Perhaps we get you some food and I'll run you through the whole thing. It's a long story. Didn't know that was gonna stick around. If you like, I can see what's going on with that. Maybe do identify or see if there's some sort of a magical thing, but let's get everyone together, get you comfortable, get you fed, and we'll go over everything. See how you feel. We've got a lot to discuss. But you feel okay?
A little tired. I could eat, but the thing on my arm is kind of troubling.
We'll deal with that. If it's serious, we can figure it out.
as Bosch gets up from his bed, you hear and you see from Bosch's like cape and his equipment these 3 large stone pieces clatter to the ground. Looking down, looks like it's 3 stone snake head sculptures. You've now collected 3 pieces of the Line Ghost.
What the hell is going on?
That's new. I don't know about that one. I can tell you the other parts of the story, but that's new. Shorts. No,
first thing, you have the bag of holding, right?
Do I have the bag of holding? I mean, was it taken? Do I still have it on me?
Oh yeah, you still have the bag of holding.
Okay.
I just don't know who has it.
I have. I just want to make sure it's not missing.
I'm gonna hurry and put those stone pieces in the bag of holding first of all.
Okay.
Interesting. Food, story time. Let's go.
I'm gonna wrap myself up pretty tightly in my cloak and put my hood on. I'm not feeling too great.
Okay. Cover up. You both leave Bosch's room, head back into like the shared living space where Narias is crashing on the couch.
Yes. Up, thumb up.
Ooh. Okay.
So many nachos yesterday. Too many. It feels so good.
Do some push-ups, you'll be alright. We're gonna get breakfast. I'm gonna catch Bosch up on all the stuff. Bosch is okay, but stuff happened. More stuff, can you believe it? Just keeps coming.
More?
More!
But we just woke up.
Yeah.
Alright.
We've got 3 more pieces of the Scaladorth. They were just in Bosch's cape. The dude gave us more pieces, I guess. I don't know.
A gift, maybe. Alright, yep. Let's go get some food. I need to chew on some coffee beans.
Okay. You all leave. There are plenty of like quick stands just outside. This is once again another busy morning inside of this massive city. Steam still kind of blowing from left to right, but you see multiple food carts and just vendors along the street serving whatever you feel like eating for the morning. You gather some food and go ahead.
Since you said you couldn't find any tacos, maybe we could find a bag with like nachos and meat and cheese. in it that we could walk around and eat?
Oh, no more nachos. No more nachos. Wash where you were out, we ate a lot of nachos.
That's how we cope with stress, is eating nachos.
This is Bosch's. I mean, you don't need it, but we're doing whatever Bosch wants to do right now. Remember the things.
We'll just go to the first stand. That's all I want.
I'm gonna smell for the greasiest food I can find. Hopefully, like a big slab of meat, potatoes.
Yeah, one of the first stands by you is like a pretty simple like eggs and these like really thick fatty slices of beef that seem to have been cooked or marinated, something like that, overnight previously, so they look really good. You spend a total of a gold piece for a bowl for each of you, but you all gather your hearty fatty breakfast, recovering from the previous day.
I inhale it.
Very
Ninja.
anime eating style, just like burning through bowls and eating rapidly.
And then I guess for expediency, first I'll make sure that we're not surrounded by a bunch of people before I tell the whole story to Bosch.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are also like 2 minutes away from the place that you're staying in. Like, you can easily take all the food back if you would like to, if you feel like that's more comfortable. Or you could go to the bar, which is like a 30-minute walk from where you're at.
Bosch, you want a story now, or do you need a drink?
I could definitely use a drink.
All right.
So you all head back to the bar.
Yeah.
Food is probably eaten before you even get back there. But you make it back. Find all my notes. Yeah, you make it back to City Drinking, and there you see the old human man, Greg, behind the bar, cleaning tankards, glasses, stuff like that. The bar is fairly empty this early in the morning. It kind of gives you a nod, and you see him go to pour what you guys usually order. Set those on the bar.
Is he looking at us any different? Like
Make an insight check.
like we did the job, maybe? Like he thinks maybe we did the job?
Just normal recognition. Like, there's not a whole lot to read out of his face. Like, he's still waking up, it appears. Those eyes are, like, kind of closed. You see that he's constantly rubbing them, but, like, gives you all a nod and recognition. It doesn't seem like Greg's a morning person.
Just leave that alone for now. So, I'll pay for the drinks, and we'll get a corner booth.
Okay. You can just mark off another gold. Full of drinks.
And then we'll sit, and then I'll relay everything to Bosch.
Okay.
Slowly and precisely as I can.
You're a smart dude, so you recall a lot of the information and details. And Bosch, you now have the information of what happened to you the previous day, and coming to an understanding that you've been out for 30-some hours now.
If you like, I could do, I could run some sort of identify spell or detect magic to see if what's going on with your hand is... Did we learn what was going on with his hand in the last session? I don't remember.
No.
Okay.
It was kind of mentioned, and then we didn't touch on it again.
Yeah, because I think in-game I just assumed it was like a burn, but it looks like it's more than that now.
Yeah, we could check it out. I'd be leery of trying to fix it if we're gonna have to try to kill that guy. I mean, I sounds like it may just be straight tied to that dagger.
Oh,
I mean, I don't think we should kill him. I think we should be like his bodyguards for a while after we finish this job, and then if he does something bad, then we're like, oh, now we got to kill you.
If this guy is responsible for all the different overlapping of the planes, he's also responsible for letting all the creatures into my home. I mean, if we kill him, would it stop these portals from happening?
that's what I don't know. I was actually thinking that as well.
I
Or
mean,
everything could just collapse.
I don't think he knows exactly what all he's done. I think for sure he just knows that he has put Orcus in a little bubble, and he accidentally made a wish.
We don't know if he did that.
So, I assume though he's the only voice that we've heard who was like, "Oh, Snapples."
No, I mean, we don't know if he's the one that sent. Well, he's not the one that trapped Orcus in that bubble.
But he could release him, so wouldn't he have been part of making the bubble if he's the only one who can release him?
Not necessarily.
I don't understand magic. This doesn't make sense.
He may not even know about the Orcus thing. It was kind of a secret.
I mean, if I made a cage with a special key, and I put you in it, nobody could open that cage without the key because I had the special key. See, that makes more sense than magic.
This is why you need to allow me to educate you. One of these days, I'm going to do an enlarge spell on you, and you're going to be a giant. For like 60 seconds. It's going to be great.
But aren't I already a giant to you?
Yeah. But imagine, like, a bigger one. How tall are you?
I am 6'5".
Imagine being 13, nearly 13 feet tall. Imagine that.
I feel like I couldn't get inside bars to have ale, and that would make
You're
me
over,
very
you're
sad.
over, you're overthinking. Like I said, 60 seconds. You're
So-
fighting someone the same size as you. You're fighting a big one. He punched you in the ribs real hard, hurts, and then you go real tall, and you can hammer fist him on the top of the head.
Yeah, but then for 60 seconds, I lose the opportunity to go into a bar if I want to go into a bar.
Oh, for pity's sake, you're not going into a bar in 60 seconds when you've got a fight to do. We both know better than that. I think you're just being difficult. Boss has been through enough, don't you think?
Yeah, we're already in a bar. You wouldn't need to go into another bar.
It's nonsense. It's
What if I
nonsense
don't
what you
like
say.
this bar and want to go to a different bar?
Drink your ale. You're making everything difficult. Ah,
Bosh gets it.
here's my thing now, though. We've got these 3 pieces. Where did they come from? Did one of them come from the vault already? Do we even need to do this job, or can we just say that it's already done?
Can we ask Greg, be like, hey, by the chance, do you know what piece is in this bank?
Oh, I don't think he'd know. I think we can scope out the bank and see if there's been some sort of a disturbance. See if the security is tripled or something. If someone knows of anything that got missing.
Alright. Do I need to be big in the bank too? Because if so,
No.
I won't be able to get in the bank.
Okay. I'm gonna pour some whiskey into the ale. Drink that.
Yum.
All right. Lost me train of thought. What's she thinking? Her eyes?
Well, I mean, you seem to have the spells to do it all on your own. We can try it that way and someone stand guard. I don't know.
I've seen quite a few pieces of the Skeletorth at this point. Do they all look the same, or do some of them look different?
All of the heads look pretty similar to each other. The one piece you haven't seen that you know exists is the body. You have yet to see the body.
Gotcha.
The snake ain't got no body.
Bosch, does the tendrils on your arm, do they hurt?
Do they hurt? I assume it just looks pretty effed up.
Yeah, I mean, to you looking at it, it's almost similar to like a brand that has completely healed. Like, it exists, and it looks like it was almost burned into flesh, but all of that's gone. Like, completely healed up and looks permanent now. It's just like these dark, tendrily veins that kind of scatter up your forearm. They stop around your elbow.
They don't hurt, but I don't remember it happening, so it's very, very, very strange to have a permanent change to my body.
I mean, if you don't like it, we could cut your arm off and put a bow on the end of it, and so you'd be the first bunny with a bow arm. And the first bunny prince with a bow arm.
What in the God's name is wrong with you this morning, Tavo? No more nachos ever for you. They make you crazy.
I had some weird dreams last night.
For frick's sake. You're coming up with all sorts of weird stories and suggestions. You don't cut off a man or rabbit's arm or anyone's arm.
I wasn't going to. It was a suggestion.
Bad suggestion, Tavo.
His body, his choice.
Wait, no, okay. You're right. I can't even argue with that. I'm gonna take 10 minutes to set up a detect magic spell in this bar on the table so I can just see if that thing is glowing any magic.
Okay.
While we're having all these good talks.
Yeah, while you're having ridiculous conversation, you ritual cast detect magic. Take some time, sit around, set up your components, vamp the book out, and you cast detect magic. All of the normal things radiate magic. The imprint on Bosch does not radiate any magic.
That's not doing anything magical. Could just be a scar.
Does Greg seem alarmed by like this ritual we just started he's just started casting in the middle of the bar?
No.
Okay.
Greg's a bar owner. He's seen lots of adventuring folks. Magic is very prevalent in this world, so it's not out of the ordinary.
Well, Bosch, I could try one more thing to set your mind at ease if you like, but I think it's okay.
Yeah, if you think it would work, go ahead. I just, it's very, very strange to have it on my arm.
Did we get a good look of when, what's his name was doing the ritual? Was like a lot of the blood coming out of Bosch's arm, or?
From what you could see, like, it was kind of, almost like condensating on Bosch's body and, like, rolling into a focal point towards, like, the center of his chest, like, the middle of his body, and creating, like, these heavy droplets that were pulling up towards the dagger.
I'll do a ritual casting of Identify, just cause. It's all I got.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So mark off 100 gold, you cast Identify as a ritual. On the arm, there is nothing that sets off the Identify spell as being magical by any means. However, based on the Identify spell, This was created through a magical process. You know that this was created through, like, a life transfer spell. So, almost like a side effect.
Do I know if there's any harm or any lasting repercussions?
This seems to be the repercussion of that spell that took place. Because it itself is not magical, there's nothing to identify about it, but it was the side effect of a magical spell. You know that this was caused from life transfer.
Lynn, do you think a cure wounds would fix it, or would it just stay the same?
I don't know too much about restoration magic, but given the severity of the spell used, I think it would have to be something higher. It's possible that some sort of restoration could cure this, but I think cure wounds might not be high enough. But from what I can tell, Bosch, it's nothing serious. They used a spell referred to as life transference, and it's just what happens, I suppose, when that takes place. I'm sorry. Sorry we weren't able to prevent this from happening to you.
You could fill the space with, like, tattoos of your favorite animals. That would be cool if you don't want to look at it.
Maybe a pair of gloves. I think that would be all I'd really would want.
Oh, gloves work too, I guess. Glenn, you seem extra cranky this morning.
No, I don't.
Time passes while you guys are having this conversation. Another round of drinks are presented to you from Greg, and Greg kind of leans over the table. So, how's the plan going?
We're making good strides. We're going to swing by today and see what we can get done.
We're gonna try a test run at some point.
Alright. Sounds good. Let me know if you need anything.
Greg, do you happen to know, like, which piece they have? Like, what it looks like?
Not a clue.
Okie dokie, thank you.
Might be like a Magda question, but I don't know.
So today, do you want to try the test run? See if any alarms pop off when we do try to rob it.
I think so. First, I just want to see if, because if this entity did take that piece out for us, and it's one of these three that we have now, depends on how cunning he was about it. He may have done it without them knowing. I just don't want to break in if he's already gotten it for us.
What if we go bring another, if nothing's panicky there, we bring another box of fruit to Rosie, and we're like, hey, wink wink, anything weird?
Alright, you spoke with her. You think that would work?
Sure. Just gotta get another box of fruit from Greg.
I mean, we can go buy fruit.
Whenever you're ready, so we just swing by. Just have ourselves a nice walk. See if anything looks different in that area.
Sounds good.
How you feeling, Bosch? You feel like a walk? Do you need to process?
I think I'm okay. We might not want to be seen around the bank too much beforehand, though. I don't know if you can disguise yourself, but that might be a good idea.
I can disguise myself. For sure. I just can't remember if I can do it to more than one person. I don't think I can. Nope. I can do it to me.
I can do it to me as well. We'll have two of us disguised.
I can do it to myself as well.
So we'll just dress Thavo differently.
I can go put mud on my face. Be camouflaged.
I think that would draw more attention. That area seems pretty uppity.
Well, do you really need Thavo and I there? I mean, we could wait down the street a little bit in case you need us, but that way we won't be identified as being with you guys.
No, I mean, Norias and I can just mosey about, see what's going on, come back, let you know, and then make a decision from there.
I mean, you can take Kiwi with you, and I could still have eyes in there if you need.
I don't know what to do with mice.
I mean, she's well behaved. You've seen her. She can just sit on your shoulder.
I dread what would happen if something were to happen to Kiwi on my watch.
You're right. Never mind. I don't trust you with Kiwi. If you do not have the confidence to take care of Kiwi, you will not take Kiwi with you.
It's a thing smaller than me. What?
And
What am I
she
supposed to
has
do with that?
died 0 times. Just want
Oh.
to throw that out there.
Wow. When you're surrounded by rippling muscles all your life. I'm not. Nothing but air.
I mean, Kiwi was wild at first, so she survived who knows how long out in the wild.
No,
I hear
Kiwi's
that
not-
some mouse parents eat their babies. So she survived cannibal parents, possibly.
That doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough about mice to dispute it. Kiwi's not going out doing dangerous adventures. He's casting spells.
She goes out every time with us.
Surrounded by your muscles. It's like an armor. It's like you're riding in on a dragon. Ooh. That'd be fun.
Oh, could we get Kiwi a mini dragon? Do those exist?
You're the dragon.
Oh. But I don't breathe fire.
Then go get some coffee beans. Narias and I are gonna go check this out. You need to work off them nachos. Mentally.
While you mentally work off your nachos,
Love you, bye.
Glenn and Narias go up to the Royal Ward and go to scope out the bank. What's your process? You kind of get into the area, you see that it's more of like a long street. Narias leads you straight to it since he's been here before. Heavily guarded in this district. You see that the patrols are a little bit more consistent. The bank stands alone, almost backing like kind of like a solid stone hill that proceeds up. You see that there are buildings that kind of like cover the hill all the way up, but this bank is almost like built in to like the base of it. It stands kind of solo with a little bit of a garden around the outside of it. You see that there's like metalworked fence. You see all the bars all over the windows that Nariah saw before. There's probably like a 30-foot gap between the bank and any other building, where the rest of the buildings outside of it are fairly connected. The bank kind of stands isolated a little bit in this area. But it is a big, beautiful, solid stone structure. Looks very royal.
I'll say, I don't know, how long did it take for us to walk there? The disguise self lasts an hour.
Getting into the ward probably would have taken you like 30 minutes walking all the way up the hill and through the crowds. Since Narias knew where you were going, you could make it pretty quick. From the gates into the bank is probably another 5-10 minutes.
I didn't know if we should try to disguise ourselves like a little ways out of the gate before we got to the gate. If there was a way to dip in, if there was somewhere to dip in.
Yeah, I mean, you could totally do that. You'd be like 20 minutes into your disguised self when you get to the bank then.
Yeah. I would just made myself look like a halfling with farmer's clothes, completely bald. No hair at all.
Okay.
Still give him a hat. In case someone tries to touch the top, feel a hat.
Okay, yeah. You clean shaven with a hat.
Chef's
Nice.
hat. He's a chef.
Okay, he's a chef now.
Yep.
He's wearing
'Cause it's gotta
farm
be a tall
clothes
hat.
and a chef's
No,
hat.
he's like off-duty chef right now.
Okay. He just took
So he's
off the
doing-
apron and the coat and left the hat on.
Yeah,
like
he's
it.
got the hat and like some fluffy pants.
Narias, what are you turned into since you are disguising self as well?
I'll try to be like the most generic looking human ever, and then have a little bit nicer clothes than the most generic human ever.
Okay.
I don't know.
So you're dressed up a little bit as a normal human, so the normal wealthy human and his chef sidekick wander into the royal district, and you guys are at the bank now at this like 20-minute mark of your disguised self. What do you do?
First, I'm observing. Hello?
Now I can hear you. That could have also
Whoa.
been on our end because my stream disconnected for a second.
It was you and Sam.
Oh, I thought it was just all of you.
What is going on here?
Dude, the internet is falling apart.
I
Society's
honestly
crumbling.
thought it was me again.
No,
Just
I could
all
I could
across
see,
America.
I could see Bosch moving. I was like, wait. Usually he is the one to go out.
Yeah, I could just see everybody else moving. Derek froze up. But I can hear you now, so let's start that again. What are you doing now 20 minutes into your disguised self?
Well, Nerais, does it look a little bit more chaotic than last time? Does it look the same? Are there more guards here?
Does it?
It looks the exact same as the last time you were here. There's heavy patrol in this area. There's guards posted up at the front gate. It is still early afternoon, like noon, 1 o'clock.
No, this is pretty normal.
All right. Well, let's see what it would take to start an account here. I'm gonna walk in.
Okay. You walk in. You are greeted with the side of the bank. I'll go ahead and switch over to that map too so you can see it again. And I will...
You can take like a careful step and just see if my disguised self withers away or if it remains.
Sure. Yeah, you like slowly kind of step through the doorway. Your disguised self does not dissipate.
It's a good sign. Okay.
But you walk in, you are greeted to your right 3 tables that it looks like 2 of them, like the ones on either end, are occupied by some sort of bank professional and some very well-dressed folk on the other side, as it looks like they're discussing banky things. You know, interest rates, Roth IRAs.
Which one is Rosie? Is she working today?
Narias Rose is in the same spot as she was previously, kind of like the corner stall right in front of where the bank
This one?
vault is. Yep, that's it.
Yeah, she's over here.
Just kind of make my way that direction.
Okay. You walk
Just
up.
looking around, taking a look at the security in here. seeing if anyone looks on edge or if anything weird from a different bank.
Make a perception check as you are walking up to Rose's stand thing, office, cubicle, majigger.
Perception. It's gonna be a good day.
Hot dice today. You look around, you do see that there are guards kind of like posted on the inside around the doors. Everybody else does seem to be a bit mundane. And with that, you also catch that there is a giant vault door, kind of like directly behind her as you are approaching, and she interrupts your perusing of the space and goes, "Hello, are you new here? Looking to open an account?"
I was thinking about it. Got a little bit of coin and just wasn't sure which one to go with. But this one seems the fanciest.
We are by far the most fancy. I take it you're a chef of some sort? Perhaps
I am.
farm
yeah.
to table?
Yeah, I'm trying to get hired on at the fucking place that with the person. And I'm gonna look at my notes.
Oh, of
The
course,
city
the
drinking.
fucking place. It's very popular.
I'm trying to the city drinking. And I'm trying to do some cooking at the city drinking.
Oh, I actually know the owner there. I might be able to put in a good word for you.
Yeah, no, he's the one who actually suggested this place to talk to you about this bank.
Are you trying to pass some sort of message along with that statement, or were you just saying it very intensely?
No, I was saying that to see if that's dropping hints that we're working together.
Roll a persuasion check.
There it is.
Yep.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Catching up. Oh, of course. Well, is there anything that you would like to know about the bank specifically before investing with us?
Well, obviously security is a big number, and it looks like we're doing a good job out on the inside. Has there ever been any attempts to... Back in my small town, it was a toss-up. It was almost better just to keep your gold in a locker underneath the floorboards.
There have been attempts at infiltrating the bank. None have gone through successfully.
That's good.
The bank is secure for most investments. We keep a lot of very important valuables for a lot of important people here. So any sort of natural disaster is covered by the bank. It is protected and it will sustain. As far as actually infiltrating and robbing, there are no entrances to our vaults that are easily accessed to. One would have to go through our state-of-the-art safe that has a multitude of locks on it that would take some time to get into. And that is just step 1 of 3 of delay mechanisms for anybody trying to infiltrate our establishment. So you can feel safe in knowing that your wealth or valuables, prized possessions would be taken good care of here.
What about from the arcane? Magical... I know those crafty... I know that some of those magic users get hired on by a lot of bandits for their arcane abilities.
Of course, yes. As far as magic spells or maneuverability goes, there is an anti-magic shell inside of the vault door. So the farthest someone would be able to make it is through step 1 of our 3-step problem of delaying them until we know.
Wonderful. Puts my mind at ease. Yesterday, there was a little bit of a disturbance around our place. I don't know how far it reached. Have you heard of anything funny in this part of town?
Outside of the normal just tensions of lower wards, no. Nothing up here in the Royal District.
I see. Good to know. Pause for me to check something because I think I didn't prepare the right spell. Yeah, no, I can't do that.
You're good. Walking in and going through this conversation, you're probably about 35 minutes, a little bit over halfway through your disguise self. Just as a heads up.
I know this is a big ask, but if I were to start an account here and hold something of great importance to me, do they do any sort of secure, show us how it works type of thing? So that we...
Do you mean a walkthrough of the vault if you were to deposit something?
Yeah. Just to make sure, because sometimes, you know, family heirlooms and things like that.
Of course. The most we can do is assure that they will be safe.
I see.
Due to the privacy of some of our other clients, we cannot allow you to access the vault or see what our security systems are.
Oh, okay. Absolutely. So some stuff is kind of just out on display down in there?
Yes. It's definitely a large storage room.
Okay. Okay. Well, that makes more sense. Okay. Wonderful. So that's good. That's good. Any trickery fingers trying to get through all that says is definitely be spotted, and then someone else. What would it take to start an account?
Well, that starts with a deposit of an account with a balance sitting at least 10,000 gold pieces. After that, if we hold heirlooms, anything like that, there is a 5,000 gold piece a month holding fee. We do have multiple accounts that also build interest. It's kind of like a bank deposit. We invest with multiple small companies, and based on the profits there, you can see some gains in your own wealth.
Ooh! Thank you. And Rose, was it? Rose.
It was, and you see she, like, kind of pulls out a weird pamphlet thing, like one of those pamphlets you get from, like, a hotel when you go somewhere. And you see that she starts writing in it. If you have any more questions, you can look through this. This will answer all of your basic questions. And I wrote my name in there, and when I am working, in case you want to come back in and discuss further.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Of course. You have a pleasant day.
You too. Leave.
Okay.
And then, alright.
Before you continue, Nereis, were you doing anything in there while all of this conversation was going on? Because you were also in there.
I was just kind of like milling around, like around the tables and stuff, just looking. Seeing maybe if I could overhear what some of these other people were talking about.
I mean, the conversation was more than normal quiet. You did hear pieces. It was nothing of interest to you. It was a lot of like, well, this is your account standing, and this is what we're doing to make the most of your money, and that sort of thing. It was just bank conversations. Nothing super interesting going on in the lobby here.
Alright. Well, that's it then. I guess I'll just follow Flynn out. He kind of answered every question that I had.
Okay. So you all begin making your way back to Thavo and Bosch. Thavo, you had something?
Yeah, while they were gone, Bosch and I have been discussing the story I read as a child of the turtle and the rabbit folk and who wins in a race.
It's not a matter about how fast you are. It's a matter of keep racing.
I'm just saying, turtle always wins. And while we're discussing this, I would like to keep an eye out for a turtle.
Make a perception check.
I feel that is a racist statement.
I hear you people are good at races.
In your area, kind of right off the harbor in the bars, kind of like in the lower wards, You don't see any turtle folk. Or just
Alright.
a turtle in a city for some reason. There's not a lot
Alright.
of those.
Whenever we see a turtle, I challenge you to race him, and I bet you 200 gold he'll win.
I'll take that bet. I don't have 200 gold, but I will guarantee I win.
Yeah, we'll see about that. And you can't use any magic. It's a race. It's a
That-
clean race.
You can't add addendums on after we make a bet like that. I'm fast
Okay,
because
yeah.
I'm fast.
Yeah, right.
And while these two are wandering the streets yelling about turtles and rabbits, Nereus and Flynn, back in your normal forms, no longer the farm-to-table chef, meet up with your party.
All right. Well, we learned a little bit. Evidently, right after the door, there is an anti-magic bubble. So the moment that the door could break open, there would not be any magic used. I'm gonna look at the pamphlet. Did she give us any secret notes?
Yeah, as you open it up and look at the pamphlet, it does say, avoid walking on the tiles.
Avoid walking on tiles. Nothing about an alarm, though.
Nothing in there about an alarm. You see it says Rose, and it shows her work schedule, and then under that says avoid walking on the tiles.
I see. And from what I know of Dimension Door, if there's an anti-magic circle past a door, I imagine I could still get into the anti-magic bubble with Dimension Door, or would I get like halfway stuck between the door and the bubble?
It would not displace you into the bubble. The magic would be canceled out. It would stop you at the edge of the bubble. Now, depending on where that bubble is, you could end up like in a wall or inside of a door. But if there's space, you'll be displaced into just the vacant space that's there.
I see. So that's the thing. If it is immediately behind the door, I can't teleport inside. I will meld with the door and probably die an agonizing death. Let me take a look at the specifications of Dispel Magic real quick.
Is Levy singing a song back there? Is that what I heard?
She is. I don't know what she's doing. I think the guys outside were singing who were cleaning up the roofing stuff, and she started to sing back. I mean, if you don't need to touch the tiles, you could fly, right? Can you make all of us fly?
We've been through this. No. And also, getting everyone in, I don't think is an option.
So, what if, like, I just stay outside and I just beat up anybody who tries to get in while you're in there?
Basically, if everything goes wrong, we would just need all of us together to fight our way out. The only thing I can think of in this moment is to go invisible, try to dispel the anti-magic bubble behind the vault door. Because it does not say it needs to be seen. Don't know how that would work, DM.
I would assume a uppity bank, a fancy bank like this one, the magical shell would not be susceptible to a low level dispel. You'd have to have a pretty good one.
What are you trying to say, No Eyes?
Do
It
you
doesn't
have
say you need to see it.
What?
It doesn't say you need to see it.
So, I mean, I can still try it. If I'm invisible, no one can see me and they're casting spells. I can attempt to dispel the anti-magic barrier behind the door and fail or succeed. No one would be able to know. If they do know, I'm invisible. I run away. If it works, then I could dimension door inside.
Will you know when it's dispelled, or
Yes. I can tell if it succeeds. If I'm not mistaken, DM.
Yeah, you're right. You know if your spells grab onto something and actually work. You feel the presence of them working.
If it does succeed, I can teleport in. If it doesn't, I'll just leave. You can try again the next day. If I get in, though, I might have to stay overnight.
So you'd be going all alone, though. That's what I worry about.
Well, from what I can see, doesn't look like they've got anyone inside. I don't step on the tiles, so I won't activate any traps. And I can cast spells while I'm invisible, so no one should be able to see me do it. It's the best idea I've got.
Well, a couple of us can kind of keep guard outside. Maybe one on the roof. Is this place, does it have I mean, it has a roof, but does it have like a roof that somebody could get on easily?
I mean, depending on the person, maybe, but it's not like built to be scalable. It's not an Assassin's Creed house.
I wasn't sure if it was like, like an A style roof or if it was like, buildings downtown flat on top.
It's flat on top and has a dome over like the back portion of it.
Okay. I mean, maybe we can drop you down through the roof. Put a rope around you. Drop you down.
I'm not listening. I won't have any more rope conversations. Unless we're in a cave.
I'm gonna remember that. Well, let's try it tonight.
The difficult part yeah, that is the difficult part. Basically, Dimension Door and Greater Invisibility are both 4th level spells. I've got the scroll, so I can go invisible and use the scroll. But getting out, you guys, I won't be able to do while being invisible. This is the difficult part of me doing this. I could try to do Dispel Magic while being visible inside, but someone might notice me casting that spell.
So, do you want one of us to cause a distraction while you're trying to get out?
And just as a reminder, you guys do know that the bank closes.
Oh, yeah.
Just didn't know if there were still like guards inside at night.
You are unsure about that part, but you know that it does shut down and close every evening, so...
Are there any pubs or restaurants nearby the bank with a nice patio that we can just watch the bank from conveniently?
Let's Narias and Flynn, both of you make a perception check from the couple times that you've been up there, Narias, and Flynn, your one time. There definitely was a pub with a patio, just like that, sitting kind of at the corner lot. It took up like a corner section, like it was like the entire corner and split around, but it made like a full square with this large patio. It looked like a very formal brunchy place, but you saw people out there sipping on different like wines and different cocktails that looked to be very elegant and uppity overall. But there is that specific place. It's there.
That's wonderful. We can go to this place that I saw with a patio, hang out, have some drinks, have some food, keep an eye on the bank. When they close, so we saw some guards in there already nowadays. Maybe we can see if they leave. We'll see if more guards go in, you know, for nighttime patrol.
Sounds like a plan.
Narias, make an insight check.
It's lying.
Cool. Continue on.
Oh no.
Is Flynn the ice cream man?
This was our plan the whole time to kill Frecklebutt.
Because, yeah, if we can get in and they don't have guards on the inside, then I don't have to worry about the invisibility thing. I can also still dispel the magic from the outside. Take a short rest, get some spell slots back. I think we can make it work.
Are these toilets in here?
Yeah, it's like a bathroom.
Oh.
Don't even say it. You weren't there, you don't know.
I mean, if they had just toilets in there, it's gonna be.
As
one of
far
the-
as I know, there are no toilets in the bank. I didn't see a single toilet in the bank. They don't do that.
you can
No
reduce,
sewage system.
reduce yourself in size and go out through the sewage system.
Still has to make it out of the vault to get to the bathroom.
Surely they got downstairs bathrooms too.
Do I know about this anti-magic bubble spell? Have I heard of this one before?
Make an Arcana check.
I could Google it, but I think we should play the game.
Yeah, you've heard of like anti-magic shell and stuff like that. There are a handful of different styles of protection magics. A little bit outside of your spellcasting wheelhouse. The one that you know of that you might have access to, I believe, is like a 4th or 5th level spell. I don't know exactly where that one lies.
Okay. So it would be a little bit harder to dispel. Not impossible if I roll well enough. Do I know if the spell comes back after it's dispelled? After a certain amount of time?
You are unsure. In your head, as far as you understand, depending on how this is set up, it could be completely different, but if you dispel a magical effect, then it is dispelled until reset. But you are unsure of how this is set up. You assume that it will be down if you dispel it.
So that's good.
Oh, never mind. It's an 8th level spell.
So I'll have to roll.
Is the
Can
one
I even roll for that?
you would be able to roll for it, yeah.
Just have to be stupid high.
Yeah, you'd have to roll pretty high. But that's the only spell that you know of that you would have access to that is kind of in that area. And it's called Anti-Magic Field.
Oof. They're not messing around with their. Sorry, I was just looking over my book. Things that I would know, and you're right in your eyes. It's a big one. Not impossible, but not easy either. We've got a few options. I said, like, we're probably talking about this as we're going to that restaurant.
Okay. Yeah, you all are proceeding up into the Royal Ward, and you see that bar on the corner like 30 minutes later. You can discuss whatever you want up until that point.
There's no one. No, I'm gonna have to re-prepare some spells too, so I actually cannot do this today. Not all of it. I don't have my knock spell prepared.
Of the day is it?
What time of day is it? I would say after all of that and going back down, 4 in the afternoon. Been a few hours.
Oh, are we back at City Drinking? Where are we?
You are heading back into the Royal District, going to that restaurant, that brunchy, fancy restaurant that you noticed.
And I was just thinking we could leave ourselves looking the same, since we weren't there. And we're just going to eat.
On that pamphlet, what was Rose's schedule? Maybe we can determine the closing time.
I mean, the closing time is on the pamphlet. They are from first light to dusk. Every day.
It's just a matter of getting in and what spells I need to prepare, because... And also... There's a couple of ways to do this. It just depends on if anyone's left inside to guard the place. If there's no one inside to guard the place, then I don't think I even need to worry about the anti-magic field. Because then we could just unlock the door. You or I. And just make sure no one sees us going in. I can't unlock anything tonight, though.
I mean, could you go to sleep now and then we wake up in the middle of the night and do it?
I'm not tired. We could try to get up really early in the morning before they open. If the DM would allow a long rest for a situation like that.
I mean, you could get a long rest. Not so much like middle of the day long resting, because you all haven't really done anything today, so.
Yeah.
I mean, you could all lay in your beds and stare at the ceiling until you got tired. 7 hours from now, and then go to sleep.
Basically, I just need to re-prepare my spells. But since I already cast a spell today, I'm not gonna try to say that I prepared them.
I think we should do it more in the middle of the night. If we do it too close to the morning, and there is nobody in there, that just leaves more time for them to come in.
The restaurant itself is like a white painted wooden building. Seems to be very well maintained. All of the staff is dressed very well. As you walk in, you are greeted, asking for a table on that patio. You are led out to that patio, and you all are offered a very slim menu of like a couple things that are like soups, fish, and like a meat salad combo. It seems like they only have a couple things that you could eat, but there's a slew of nicer drinks, like very well sourced and made alcohols, liquors, wines from different regions in the area. Overall, it's a very expensive place. You all have about what you guess at this point to be 3 more hours until that bank might close.
Do they not have like a bottomless mimosa thing on their menu?
Lucky you, it's Taco Tuesday.
No.
We have so many tacos. But you all have dinner. Drinks, however many you like. You do get the feeling that you need to keep ordering if you want to stay at this table.
How far away is this place from the back of the bank?
From the back of the bank?
Where I perceive the vault to be, where that anti-magic field would be.
Yeah, this is... I mean, it's maybe like a minute walk if you walk over to it. It's in the same, like, strip as the bank.
Within 120 feet, would you say?
It'd be round about that area, yeah.
I mean, I can try to dispel it from here. This bitch has range.
I mean, you could try that after they close and see
Yeah.
if like any alarms go off.
Nope, I'm gonna do it right now. He stretches, he does his somatic, and he whispers his vocals, and he goes, "Oh." He's gonna try to dispel it from the restaurant. See if he feels it.
Okay. Oh, you have Dispel Magic up. Make a check with your spellcasting ability. There's intelligence, I guess. So you make an intelligence check.
I forget. Do I add anything to that?
Does not look like it. It says make an
Alright.
ability check using your spellcasting ability. You cast a spell, reach out, it grabbed onto something, and whatever that something is dispelled.
And then I just kind of look and listen for any commotion.
Nothing happens.
I think it worked.
Now, the question is, how long does this stay dispelled?
I think it just stays. Unless it's a different kind that I'm not familiar with.
I mean, can't they just have somebody there since they're open right now and be like, oh crap, this just went off, I'm gonna put it back up.
Flynn, with your arcane knowledge, you do know whoever put that spell up knows that it is no longer there.
But how close is the mage that put the spell up? Who do they communicate with? How long does it take? These are all important things to know. If it's instant, then we'll know. Unless they can just do it from a distance. But I would know that you cannot cast that spell from a distance.
Correct.
So whoever never cast a spell would have to come back and recast it. Now, we could
What?
send them a magical message, and now they're more on edge, right at this very moment.
Why don't you try to dispel it again and like
And while they're talking
an
about this,
hour.
I'm looking at the
see if
door.
it's back up?
After
Two
an
things
hour.
happened at once. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, Naraz is just looking at the door.
Oh, okay.
I was saying you can try to dispel it in an hour or so again, see if it's back up or not.
I'd rather try to detect the magic than it's a higher level spell. It may not work every time too.
An hour after you have dispelled this spell, well, you all are sitting there drinking and just kind of keeping eyes on the bank itself. You see as a mage with very light features, like almost white in general, elven man standing pretty tall, very well dressed, kind of appears in front of the bank, but more in like the middle of the square. You see the dust kind of settle around him as he like dusts off a sleeve and he's just looking. And he proceeds into the bank.
Well, there you have it.
How long did that take for him to get there?
It was about an hour.
Okay.
Within that, I mean, did any guards come out of the bank to like stand guard at the front door?
No.
No? Okay.
Nobody walked out. There didn't seem to be any sort of commotion from you dispelling it. It seems like this mage would be the only person that knows that that spell was canceled.
Okay.
Now, the question is, if you dispel it and then you get inside successfully, and you don't get out immediately, that mage is probably gonna get into the vault and look.
Yeah, now we know.
So that's gonna be... You're
So
gonna have to get out pretty quick.
I cannot stay overnight. But, ooh, now I know. Do I know? From dispelling it, like, how much ground it covered? Did I get a sense of how much it was covering?
You didn't get a sense of the size of the spell.
Okay.
You got more of the sense that, like, a spell was dissipated, but not, like, all of the details of what that spell is.
Let me take another look at Dimension Door. The details. 500 feet. From what I know, I may even be able to teleport inside from the back.
Wait, so Dimension Door, you don't even have to have a door, you could just go in through the wall?
Yep. But I was worried that perhaps the walls themselves were lined with some sort of anti-magic something or other. Problem would be if I teleported directly onto one of those tiles. That would be the fun part.
Now, we don't know what the inside of the vault looks like, right?
Correct. You did get a rough schematic from Greg, so You
So
know,
we know
like,
there
the
are
size.
stairs.
You know that the walls are fairly dense. You know, like, the density of them. You know that the vault is underground. All of that was relayed to you. So, you, like, the sketch is pretty, like, on point for what you know so far. Like, this map that you're seeing. Like, you know most of that.
Oh, it's underground. Probably wouldn't work then, because you'd have to teleport down through the ground. I don't know if Dimension Door works that way.
Dimension door is a direction and how many feet. It's your
Mhm.
specifics.
Yeah, that would be a guess. That'd be shooting in the dark.
Correct, yeah. Without knowing the actual location, like, it works 100% of the time if you know the location you're going to and you can visualize it. But if you're going into somewhere that you've not been, it is a guess to that point.
Yeah,
You have to name,
It's-
like, footage and direction.
definitely safer to go through the door, the vault door. Well, but I could, so I can Dimension Door in from the door, get in real quick, see if the Skaldworth is there, and then Dimension Door out, up, and through the ground. And if I overshoot, I'll just feather fall.
At this point, while you are discussing plans, you do not ever see that mage leave the royal bank.
Hmm.
Would he have teleported out? Or do you think he has to go outside to teleport out?
Well, he could probably teleport out.
I mean, if he put the anti-magic thing back up, wouldn't he not be able to teleport?
He could just go to an area that it's not covering and then teleport. Or he may be there to guard it now.
And also around this time, dusk is beginning to hit, and you are starting to see patrons leave the royal vaults. You see all of the tellers. You see Rose as one of them that also leaves, and the two guards that you noticed guarding the door move out, and they seem to go back to another band of, like, rotating guards. You see them have a discussion, and, like, the guard patrols just kind of, like, slowly increase into the evening. Like, it's more consistently filled with guards now. You see a lot of the nooks and alleyways and streets there's at least 2 guards kind of stationed at all of these sections around here.
Can we watch where Rose goes? Like, maybe we should, some of us, go follow her and talk to her privately.
You see Rose walking down into, like, the harbor wards, those lower areas. But for Flynn and Arias, both of you, like, over this time as dusk hits, see everybody that you saw inside of the bank has left.
I don't have all the spells that I need to do this right now anyway. My only worry is that mage is going to stick around now for a couple of days.
Another 30 minutes does pass, and you see kind of like this heavier set burly man wearing, like, furs and a coat come out. Close the doors behind him, and you see he has a key and locks all of the front doors, and he leaves.
Now that door I can pick easily.
I mean, he probably has a key to the vault. Maybe we can go beat him up and take it.
That is an idea.
And then what?
Or maybe it isn't a key. It's a like a number. It's a dial lock, right?
Correct, yeah.
It's a code. I don't think
combination
it's a key
ones.
that we can take.
Well, we just bait him until he tells us what it is.
Interrogation, just because we want to steal something.
I don't mean to boast, but that is one of my expertise areas.
If it wasn't such a big city with powerful people, I wouldn't be above that.
Well, it's not like we're sticking around here.
Well, the ultimate goal is in and out without being noticed. By anyone.
We just
No.
tell him we'll beat him up again if he says anything.
Well, we won't. Unless, you know, he comes and finds us. We have a big fight.
You try poking him under the nail with a dart.
I hear that that's a deadly tactic. Main arteries are there to the nail.
Could we try making a deposit, and because they have to open the vault to put the gold in?
I thought they're really expensive. I was thinking something like that, but I don't have enough gold to even open an account there. Not anymore.
Are there any people in? How many people are in this restaurant?
There's a lot of people in this restaurant. It's a very popular place of wealthy people. And it's like, you know, that dinner time, evening, relaxation time, so it's pretty packed. You've been getting weird eyes the whole time since you guys are still there, like 3 hours after you arrived, just having drinks.
I might order some soup too.
Okay, you order some soup.
Anyone-
Have dinner
anyone
number
want some-
2.
Anyone want some fish? That was like a late brunch and now dinner.
Yeah, it's not to the point to where they're like super suspicious of you. It's just like, wow, these people have been here a long time.
One really mad server who can't flip their table right now.
Yep, 100%.
I'll leave him a flat. I'll leave him a fat tip. Don't worry about that.
If we have
Um,
enough money after this meal.
Is there anybody sitting like alone?
Make a
at their
perception
own
check.
Table?
There's a couple of solo people like at a bar on the inside. Nobody out in the patio area is sitting
Okay.
alone.
I honestly think that's the best plan. Hoping that the mage isn't just hanging out in the
Isn't just
vault.
there
I-
anymore?
I can't imagine a mage, other than myself, being willing to stay the night in a vault. Most mages I know would not lower themselves to that. They all think too highly of themselves. I'm willing to put my money on the fact that they recast the spell and left.
As the evening closes, your waiter does come and set like a small booklet with a very long receipt on the inside.
Much.
Whenever you're ready. And turns around, gives a nod.
When they turn around, can we feel how irritated they are that we've been here this long?
Make an insight check. Surprisingly, no.
Mm.
You expect to sense it, but it seems just as friendly as when you first arrived.
I
a lot
mean,
of-
they're getting paid quite a bit.
Had a lot of like server flashbacks in my head of just saying, I'm like, take your time. And then you turn around as soon as your face is weird, you're like, oh, you motherfucker.
How much is it?
200 gold pieces.
That's not so bad. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
So that would be what, like a 40-piece gold tip?
I'll leave 45 gold as a tip.
Okay. You leave 245 gold, and like a small satchel that comes with like the receipt, and you just kind of fill it up with coin.
Yeah.
set it up there.
What's the average tipping like in this city? Is it 20%?
A little bit more than 20.
I know.
Like I do every time I have a couple of cocktails in me.
I mean, to be fair, more than likely, tipping is not part of this establishment since it is such a fancy establishment. It's more of like a we pay well because it's expensive here.
Nobody yelling in Red Lobster about people not leaving tips.
We leave.
Okay. You head back to your estate, I assume. You catch some Z's since it's evening time, or did you have other plans?
What you all think? The only thing I'm concerned with now is perhaps he also laid another spell. Like we learned something there, but they could also now be more suspicious and on guard. And of course, we could also do the thing that's not as honorable, if Narias is okay with it. Just say that we did the job and give him one of the pieces. Or we can even be honest and say that we acquired 3 pieces, we did not do the job. But here you go. But then again, why do we have 3? There's a lot going on. Maybe we should keep them.
I mean, I'd rather not lie.
That's all I needed to hear.
I was hired by Magna. I don't think we should double cross like that.
Good. Fine with me.
Back to the estate for your long rest and prepare your spells, or back to city drinking?
How you feeling, Bosch?
Well, I wish we had an easier avenue to rob the bank, but I don't know. I guess I'm feeling okay.
I could bring Bosch with me. As long as that doesn't feel uncomfortable for you, and if it makes everybody else feel at ease for me not going in alone.
What could I add to help you? I mean, I'm not too incredibly magical.
Can you? You're not one of the ones that transforms into animals, are you?
No, I just the rabbit person.
Right. You're damn good with a bow, though. You're not just a rabbit person. You're the coolest rabbit person.
I figured my best help would be outside the bank, maybe helping you escape. I don't know how much good I'd be in magical barriers and locks and stuff.
Maybe we should get more information from Rose, because she did give us a good tip there. Maybe she has some other things. We could pay her something or something. I don't know.
We can ask Greg if they can arrange a meeting. If we can speak with her tonight, unsuspiciously, if at all possible, to see if what we can learn about what the mage came and done. Because if that's all it is, if I can dispel it, bamf in, bamf out, we're good. I think. Let's go speak to Gregory.
Okay, you go back to city drinking. It is bustling. There are lots of people in here.
Any fights?
This bar has a gambling hall in the back, not a fight pit. So there are like tables and games and whatnot in the back.
Wasn't this the bar that looked exactly like the other one? Bar with ale?
It
that had
did,
the fight?
except for the fighting pits, where there
Okay.
were tables with gambling in the back. You all walk in. Greg's busy serving drinks at the bar.
I will be right back. I have to go to the bathroom really bad.
Okay, we can take our break there.
We walk in, we break.
Break time at City Drinking. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-da-da. Scooby Doo bop 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 boo wop. Bee bop 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 boo 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 boop bee boop boop. I'm the scat man. Speaking of lime chips, we're back on the internet.
Go back!
Perfect timing. Levy laid down.
She's done burying that greenies.
Sam did an entire wardrobe change during.
I was hot. I had to
Yeah, I'm
take
warming
off
up
that
too.
shirt.
So,
What are you licking? Sorry.
you're at City drinking. There's Greg. You walk up to the bar. Welcome back. How's it going?
Learning a lot. Learning a lot.
It's
Wasn't
good.
sure if you had the time for a small meeting. I mean, we're patient. We're not in a rush.
I mean, I can make time. Sure.
Should we just go to the back room there?
It's occupied at the moment. We'll meet in my office and
Okay.
talk business there.
All right.
You see him like wave down some wait staff, and they come and fill in a spot. So he walks out, leads you back to that office that you first met at. Closes the door. So,
We've got most of a plan. We didn't know if there is any way to get in touch with your friend Rose outside of the bank.
I mean, probably. I don't know how much she knows since she's just a teller there.
She gave us a bit of a good information inside the bank. I posed as a customer and we spoke for a moment and she gave me this pamphlet with some notes on it. But we learned more information about an anti-magic field inside of the vault. I was able to dispel it. However, the mage who cast it did show up an hour later. We did not see them leave. So I assume they showed up to recast it, but there is a way around.
Right on.
Just wanted to get information from Rose to see if there was any commotion amongst anyone else inside after what I did.
I can probably get her here.
Okay.
You want to wait around for a minute?
Sure, absolutely.
We'll start working on that.
Thank you.
Yep. Walks out of the office, leads y'all with him. You all kind of dock up at the bar or find a table, whichever you prefer. There's room for either. 30-40 minutes passes and you see Rose walk in, casually dressed, no longer working at the bank. Walks up to the bar. Talks to Greg for a few minutes. Have like a laugh and start sharing stories, and then she kind of meanders over in the direction of your table. Mind if I join you?
No, not at all, please.
Wonderful. She sits down and you guys have like this small talk for a moment as though she's like introducing herself to you and, you know, meeting you for the first time. And so, do you have any questions about the city since you're new around here?
Yeah, just wondering if there was any commotion mentioned. Heard tale of some sort of a wizard that showed up to the bank today.
Oh, yeah. Seems somebody dropped the protection spell that's on the inside. He came back and put it back up and then left.
No other precautionary spells placed on top of it?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Did he go inside to recast it, or did he do it from the outside?
That was so loud for me.
I think it was just because you were close to your mic. I mean, he went inside the vault. I've not ever been inside the vault, so I don't know if he's done anything else. I imagine he cast it from the inside, and then he was gone from there. I never saw him leave the vault. The management made it seem like it was A-okay.
All right. That was the basics. We wanted to see what would happen, so we tried a thing. I'm the chef, by the way.
I assumed as much.
Yeah, I'm small.
Yeah, you stand out.
Stand down.
Not a lot of chefs in farmers' apparel showing up at the Bank of Royals.
Well, you know, the good ones always like to dress down. It's realistic.
You all sit and chat for a little while longer, unless you have any other, like, pressing questions that you want information of.
No, that was the big one. If she seems like inconvenienced by traveling here, I can. Sorry, there wasn't any other way to contact you. Oh, this wasn't a far walk for you.
Oh, no, I live in the ward. It's
Okay.
nice to go out and have a drink sometimes.
Yeah,
Me and Greg are friends, so nice to see him again.
good.
It took the guy about an hour to get there. Does it usually take him that long to get there if there's a disturbance?
That is literally the first time I've seen that man. Since I've been working there, nobody's tried to dispel the magic spells inside of the bank.
What about your boss, the big fat guy with furs?
What about him?
Like, we just saw him lock up, and does he like go down there frequently?
Oh, he's there every day. He works in the office, he manages contracts, and checks up on if people's paid their dues or not. And then he's the last one to leave. He's the only one with keys. So, he has to show up first, unlock the door so we can get in. He typically leaves in the middle of the day sometimes. But he's always back before the end of the day, and he locks up.
Are there any extra precautions that are taken for after hours?
No, I believe the inside of the bank is pretty well empty. There's heavy guard patrols in the royal wards, but
Right.
if you get in, you should be fine.
You told us not to touch the tiles. So even if the magic is anti-magic's gone, are the tiles still like triggered?
Physical booby traps, I'd assume.
It's just alarms, so it'll alert the guards.
Very well. We've got a couple of plans. I know that it's not easy to dispel that now, but I know it can be done. Thank you so much for your help, Rose.
Of course. Good luck.
Thank you.
Hope you liked your box of fruit from the other day.
I hate fruit.
Do you still have that box?
No, I handed it out.
Alright, never mind.
It's just so acidic. And she gets up and leaves.
What about banana? Oh, nope. Bananas aren't that acidic.
Now, tomorrow night sounds like the best thing to do. If I'm not able to dispel that anti-magic barrier tomorrow, we might have to go a little bit more practical in our eyes. You can go invisible and unlock a door. I can go invisible and follow you in. How many times can you go invisible?
3, I think.
That's very good. So that's a good in-out for you. I can only do it once. But I can also teleport 500 feet away from inside. There's a bug.
I picked the lock while invisible. You were invisible as well, correct? And then once I get in and we step in, after you dispel the magic reducer, whatever, and we get in, we find the Skaldorf, and we get out the same way through the vault door within an
Yeah.
hour before the mage guy shows up.
Yeah. If we can dispel it. If we can't dispel it, I can use my knock spell to unlock the vault. But what we don't know, and I forgot to ask, I don't think it will though. She would have said something, I think. I can unlock the door with magic, and then we can walk in through the anti-magic barrier, no problem. It's not going to hurt us, we just can't cast spells in it. Physically look for the Skaldorf, don't trip any traps, get it, go. Close the vault up behind us. Get out that way.
And all of this while they are closed, correct?
Yes.
So we have to get in because they're going to lock the door. We saw
Right.
the
So you pick the lock whilst invisible to get inside. I'm just trying to find a way to get everyone involved as possible. I could teleport in and out. But I also like to try to keep some spells active in case I need them for something more.
just in case that mage guy shows up, you might want something a backup plan because after you do all that, you're completely out of spell slot.
Exactly. And if I can't dispel the spell again, then we're gonna have to go in more physical anyway.
And then we'll grab a pint, relax, and wait for this whole thing to blow over.
To wait for it all to blow over, exactly. Alright. So one plan is, I dispel teleport in, teleport out.
Can you control where you teleport? Because if you teleport directly on a tile, this whole thing's a bust.
Yeah. If it works, I can teleport just directly on the other side of the door.
How do we know there's not a tile directly on the other side of the door?
We don't.
That's why I think we should open it practically and not go in teleporty.
So you want to try to crack it. You want to try to crack the vault, don't you?
It's good experience.
Alright. Well, we've got all the time in the world once we get inside, so I'm not above that. I can keep my knock spells on standby. You go invisible, open the door. I run in, you run in. Close the door behind, lock it. Bing, bam, boom.
Bing bang boom. Get the Skaldorf.
Right, now you skipped a step. So we're in now. Boof. Free reign. Then you just go at that vault. We've got our two dangerous ones on the outside, making sure no one comes in. The tricky part will be, once you get the door unlocked, you got to make sure you open it without any guards seeing, because they're just going to see a door open and close. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. So then, get out of that vault. Maybe you crack it. Maybe you don't.
Aren't we doing it at night so there won't be guards inside? They'll just be outside at the street? Or are we doing it in daytime with everybody in there?
No. Nighttime, but there's still going to be a lot more guards patrolling the streets. So you just got to time when you open the door. Because even though they can't see you, they'll still be able to see the door open.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem.
Good. Awesome. So then we're in. You're going at the locks. Maybe you get some, maybe you don't. I've got some spells that'll help you if need be. Then, it's open. There's an anti-magic barrier there. If it's open, don't need to worry about it. Mosey on in, avoid the tiles. Find it. Get out. Close it up. Make it look nice.
I like this plan.
You go invisible again. Get out. Lock the knob behind you. Can you use your thieves' tools to relock a lock?
It shouldn't be too hard. I think just a regular old dial lock. There's a big old thing on it, so you just crank it, and it'll close again.
Talking about the front door now. Make it look like no one showed up. I don't know. Just
I'll have to take a closer look at the door.
We'll see.
I like this plan because we have a backup. Just in case I can't open the vault, you can still teleport in there.
I hate having to choose between greater invisibility and dimension door. It is killing my whole plan. It's so tough. I'm not gonna. I can't go invisible. I won't be able to. Let's choose one.
When you write down, I guess
think...
I don't know this about wizards as much, but when you write down a spell from a scroll, the scroll then disappears.
Can I make him invisible as well? Can I make both of us invisible with one spell slot, or would that be?
Do you have 3rd level spell slots? I don't think you do.
No.
Yeah, you gotta cast it at a higher level in order to do it.
Yeah, so at the moment you can only cast it on yourself.
You can cast it on me, I can leave. Give me 2 minutes to get away. And then drop concentration and cast it on yourself again. Don't do that. I've got 2 uses of Dimension Door. 1 spell slot and 1 scroll, Sam. But the greater invisibility spell is the same level as a Dimension Door, and I've only got 1 4th level spell slot. So that's why I've got to choose between the 2, or I can only Dimension Door once, because I've got that backup scroll.
Gotcha.
That's what's tough.
Well, when you all have a plan, tell me when you're ready, and we will jump forward to the next night, and we can initiate this.
What do you guys think?
If we go about this, I mean, if we can get in, and you can, no matter what, we can crack the safe.
Yep.
Either with your tools or with my knock spell. I'll just have to make sure that's prepared. So we can get in.
So as long as we can get...
The problem is getting out.
Yeah.
Without being seen by the guards.
Me and Bosch could cause a distraction outside, where they have to rush to our aid for some reason.
Or we just time it. Because there's regular...
I can also, I mean, yeah. Are there windows? There's no windows in the bank, is there?
There's windows right in the front, but they're on either side.
They're on the front and on the sides, but they're all barred.
Gotcha. So we'll also have to be careful not to, like, cause any crazy light or anything so the guards don't see into the bank and notice us. May not be that hard.
Okay.
And if I get spotted, I'll just fly real fast.
Go invisible, unlock. Go unlock. We have all the time in the world. Then we go get Scalador, then we come back out, lock everything back up like we weren't in there.
I could also Dimension Door in and out of the lobby. Unlock it from the inside. That way you just walk in invisibly. So you can save all your thieves' tools stuff for the safe. And that way I don't have to worry about being invisible and I don't have to worry about anybody seeing me. I could just teleport far enough away both times. Yeah. And I can try to use my hat to message Bosch or Thavo periodically. Be like, hey, is it clear? Go now. If I roll well enough.
You won't.
Probably not this time, because I've succeeded every other time. So then we don't got to worry about the anti-magic barrier. Potentially. I'm still going to keep
Okay,
that
so
small.
do you want me to unlock the front door, or do you want to dimension door in and unlock it from the inside?
I'm going to dimension door in, unlock it from the inside. Then you can be invisible and just, run up to the bank when the coast is clear, walk in, lock it behind you. Work on the safe. Flynn will just read his book. If you fail, I'll use the knock spell. Open it. Hope there's no alarm. If there's an alarm, we abort. You turn invisible, I'll dimension door out. If there's no alarm, walk on in, avoid the tiles, find the Scaladorth, or find that it's already taken, and this has all been a big waste of time. And then try to cover our tracks, reclose the safe. You turn back invisible, lock the door behind you, if you can. No, I'll lock it. You turn invisible, you leave. I'll lock it behind you. I'll dimension door back to where I came from. Ocean's 11.
So Bosh, about that turtle.
I feel like I watched that just like the Ocean's 11, where the different scenes just slid in front of my face as it was happening.
But it's all the video.
And then we go in. Yeah.
Except like
That-
7 scenes repeat over and over again, but slightly different. Like people are just slightly shifted. Okay, now
It's
you
like
lock
a
the door,
combination
and then I
between
lock
that
the
and
door.
And then a Guy Ritchie movie just, wait, but what if this happened? All
It's
right,
like-
Charlie. Well, then we
it's
go
like-
back.
Is
It's
this
like
gonna
every
end
time I
with me-
finally, it's like every time I finally like grasped onto what we were gonna do, something else was proposed. I'm like, oh no.
There's just so many things that we could do.
Yeah.
Is this gonna end with like
And-
me and Bosch in like a SWAT wagon with like a little pine like air freshener hanging from the top, hanging from the window?
That's the best idea I got. Out of game, in game. So,
Let's do it.
what you guys think?
That's
Nick,
good.
Sam?
Out of game, I have a lot of ideas. In game, this is great. I'm ready.
What you got?
No, that'd be breaking character. In game, I just want to smash somebody. I'm just upset I can't smash somebody.
Yeah, this isn't your type of mission. Poor
It's very
Thabo,
finesse.
we keep bringing her into puzzles. I like it. Let's go.
Are we committed to a plan? You guys have a rough idea of what you're doing.
I'm committed.
So with
Yeah.
me and Bosch need to cause distraction. Bosch, how good are you at lying?
Terrible.
I'm shit.
I
Oh,
just
well,
say if
good,
you need a
I'm-
distraction, just start a street fight.
Oh, I was gonna say like, oh no, he collapsed, and then we take his gloves off, and like, oh, something with black smoke hit him and caused these scars on him, and the bank robbers ran that way.
But we probably shouldn't bring up bank robbery.
Right,
Just
right.
fight. Just fight. Start a fight.
Oh, we can fight about when they pull aside. We have a great thing to say why the fight started is about the rabbit and the turtle and how we argued about that and it turned into a fight. So that is that is true. That is true.
So how you were incredibly racist for both races.
Wait,
Now we're getting
what?
somewhere. Now we're
If
getting somewhere.
anything, you are
Hold on
not
to that
putting
set.
turtles. Yeah, I'm gonna hang on to that anger. This is gonna be a real fight, boss.
This is good.
And the next evening is upon us. Flynn, you can prepare all your spells, everybody health up. You guys have spent most of the day going through the same plan another 500 times with slight variations.
We're on the same page. Well, what was we going to do? We're going to do dispel magic. No.
But it is getting to like the later afternoon. You probably have like 2 hours until sunset.
Yeah, screw it. Getting rid of greater invisibility. Just not going to use it.
And whenever you're ready, let me know. Flynn, you
Better have some
specifically,
good rolls.
since you gotta prep your spells.
Uh,
The +9 and sleight of
Oh.
hand. I hope this works.
that's
Plus,
why
I
I
have the
want
little
to.
tool. Does the tool give me advantage, or does the tool just allow me to pick this kind of lock?
It allows you to use proficiency.
Layman terms. I'm not a D&D kid.
So do you have thieves tools in your inventory? Like on the left side, there should be
Yeah.
a button that says thieves tools. You can click on that.
Oh. Oh no, the thieves can't.
Nope, not
It's
that.
not thieves tools.
It should be on the left side. There
There
should
it
be a
is, I
button
see
that
it.
says thieves
Okay.
tools, and you can click on it. And I'm imagining that it's going to ask you what to use.
It's gonna ask me attribute.
Yeah, and then you'll select Dex, because that's what you use to pick locks. And then it'll roll it with proficiency.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's it. You all are now moving into the royal ward at this point, as the sun is setting. Now you see as you kind of get into that square where the restaurant and the bank are, that the employees are leaving, clearing out of the bank. You know, you have another like 30 minutes before the owner of this establishment leaves and locks up shop. You guys doing anything while you wait, or just standing in the square?
Is there another different eatery place or a food truck or a pub to not be suspicious?
Yeah, there's kind of like a rolling cart pub. It's like more of just like there's a cart, you grab drinks, and it's more of like just in the square in general. It's not super populated or crazy. There's maybe like a dozen people out there just having a drink after work. You see some of the bank employees kind of walk over there and like all grab a drink, just kind of out in the square.
So we do that and then mosey about like if they've got little shops or anything. Just, we're tourists, man.
Okay. So y'all
That's the idea.
waste some time blending in with the crowds and acting like everything's normal until you see the owner of the Royal Vault leave, lock up shop. The sun is now set. It is dark. There are still those like magical incantation lamps that kind of are on the edges of all buildings, like creating this light. The wisps of like smog or smoke from vents and other things like kind of billowing out of alleyways and pushing into this main square that is fairly well lit. It's more of a cloudy evening, so not fully just like moonlight bright through here, covering up the two moons that are in the sky this evening. It's still lit, but not, like a daylight almost, where you can see everything. There are shadows cast. What's step one?
Step one is to make sure there's not just guards staring at me. And they're not like directly by the bank. Also, just looking for a nice, clear 5 seconds to just bamf on inside the bank from, I don't know, 100, 200 feet away.
Okay, make a perception check. It looks clear.
Alright. Alright. Should I leave my bag of holding with one of you? Or should I
Yes.
keep it?
Is there anything you need in it?
Not for this.
Then just in case they catch you, maybe we take it.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here. Thabo now has my bag of holding.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna start walking. And dimension door into the bank.
Okie dokie. Let me find your character sheet real quick. Maybe. Where did I put all the character sheets? Ah, there they are. You use your Dimension Door spell to teleport inside, and you... Were you bringing anybody with you, or just you?
Just me. Staying low, like 2.5 feet off the ground.
Okay. You're low and on the inside of the bank. Glancing around, just first look, it appears to be vacant.
Just for like a straight 30 seconds, I'm just gonna stand completely still and listen for disturbances, for movement, anything at all.
Make a perception check.
This is good shit.
It's pretty quiet in there.
Cool. I feel good about this. Then I'm just gonna look at the door. This is just a deadbolt.
It looks to be more of like inside of the door handle lock. But it's a simple, like, you just turn it and it unlocks.
Just gonna do that. Listen for any disturbance. And then, just gonna wait. I'm gonna try to stealth on over to the vault door, wait for Narias to... I guess I can try to message him using my hat, if it works.
So the door's open. The front door.
It's unlocked.
Unlocked.
So you'll still have to... So it's too late if you don't remember the plan and we're screwed. Try to send a message with my hat. So I think that is a Arcana check.
Yep. Roll an Arcana check. I think that's exactly what you need to make that spell work.
It's your fault, Jack. You said I wouldn't do well.
You cast message through your hat.
So, Narias, in your head, you're just gonna hear, alright, door's unlocked. Whenever you're ready, make sure no one sees the door open. Come on in.
I go invisible.
Okay.
I
You
go
go
up.
invisible.
I go up to the door, not opening it currently. I'm looking to make sure any guards are in the area, looking at where I am. Or
Make
would
a
be able to
perception
see.
check.
Let's go! Ocean's 12!
At the moment, it doesn't appear anybody has eyes on you.
Crack open the door, pop in immediately, and shut the door, like, quietly behind me. Try to shut it quietly, not making any noise.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Now we're talking.
Okay. Drag you onto this map.
I'm just literally sitting on the ground, like over there.
Flynn's just like laid prone under one of the desks, like. Both of you are in.
Just... Nariah, is that you?
Yeah, let's go.
Perfect, perfect. Killing it.
Thavo and Bosch make perception checks for me as well.
Yes.
I am so excited. And we all get arrested. End of campaign.
I imagine we are so enthralled in actually talking about the rabbit and turtle race that we have forgot everything.
Narias and Flynn, you're inside the bank. What's your next move?
Alright. I'm just gonna stay low. Meet him over at the vault door.
I gotta do this quick. Now, on the right here, like over here, is this stuff open or?
There are small, like, iron latched, just gates.
How tall is this desk here?
It's about 3.5 feet tall.
I mean, we can walk through the gates, right?
I mean, you haven't tried to walk through the gates. You don't know.
I don't want to touch one. I don't know why. Careful, something might happen.
Just keep your feet on the ground. Make sure none of these tiles look raised. We've been doing a real good job at perceiving, so I've got a good feeling about this.
Are you opening the gate door?
Yeah.
Okay. You grab the handle and lift up. It unlatches, and first one opens up to you.
It's just gates, right?
Do you open the second one?
Yeah. It's just gates, dude. I'm not worried. I'll keep my
Latch.
feet on the...
Latch lifts up and
Nailed
opens
it.
again.
Cool. Making sure none of these tiles are raised. I care about gates. I care about my feet.
Okay, so the two of you are now in front of the vault.
Just sitting on down, so any passerby guard looking through the window can't see me.
Ah, look at this beauty. I haven't seen one of these in a long, long time. And then I get.
I thought you'd never seen one before.
I've seen one. It's just I've never touched one.
Oh, right.
All right, I guess I start.
I'm gonna start ritual casting detect magic as he's fiddling with these locks, because I imagine it's gonna take at least 10 minutes for him to get these unlocked.
Okay, so you
So I'm
start
just
doing
gonna
that.
Yep.
Well,
As long as I don't have to light any fires.
No, you should be good. Unless it specifically says you need to light a fire.
I don't know.
okay, proficiency, dexterity, moment of truth.
Woo, buddy!
No, yeah, you're good.
We can't see anything, but my god, we can do stuff.
It surprisingly doesn't take him 10 minutes to unlock these 3 combination locks. As
Oh, you're being nice.
he
I thought you were gonna make him
pulls-
roll 3 times.
It's a nat 20, dude.
Okay.
He's good at shit.
Nice.
Using the horn that you got from Greg that he gave you to help you with these combination locks, you're pressed up against the door and you hear, the inside is pretty hollow, and you're surprised that you can hear the tumblers actually, rotating and latching. Once you get the first one done, you now kind of understand how this works and begin just, feverishly going through the rest of the tumblers, and about 6-7 minutes, you have 3 combination locks that you did not know the combination to unlocked. As the two of you in that room hear the vault door
Was the
to be unlocked.
combination 1, 2, 3?
It was 69, 69, 69,
Nice.
420.
Alright. Now thinking back into my memory banks about this anti-magic field.
Mhm.
If that anti-magic field dispels something, would the caster know?
No.
Okay.
It
It
is not sent to the
just-
caster.
Okay. Probably just because Flynn's paranoid. He's like, alright. Maybe drop the invisibility before you walk in? I don't think... I mean, it's probably going to cancel it anyway, but... Maybe just to be safe.
Yeah, I'll drop it.
Unless you just want to see what happens.
I reappear.
Okay, you guys reappear, begin to turn the large wheel in front of the vault to open it up. In the meantime, Thavo and Bosch, the two of you are talking about turtles and rabbits, like you like to do. When behind you, you hear a excuse me. And you see a fully plate mail guard with a large shield and spear kind of at the ready standing behind you.
Oh, yeah. Hello.
We seem to notice that there was 2 more with you that just kind of vanished. Do you know their whereabouts at the moment? And Bosch, while this conversation is happening with Thavo between the guard, you do see that there are 4 guards all walking up to the bank itself.
Oh, yeah, they went to go grab some food for us, and then we're gonna go head back to our place. We went to some good restaurants around here. We're big foodies. Like to write Yelp reviews.
No, stop changing the subject. I am tired of this. You have told me all night I am slower than a goddamn turtle. Like, okay, I point to the guard. Can you tell me, with beyond a shadow of a doubt, that me, a lean, very fast little rabbit-like creature, would be slower than a giant, hulking turtle? It is goddamn ridiculous.
I'm just saying, the story says that the turtle beats the rabbit. That's all I'm saying, and I'm just saying that I think you would just run out of steam, and he is more patient.
You remember Charlie, the dumb rabbit that got turned to stone? He used to tell me dogs couldn't look up.
Because they can't.
Yes, can! Have you ever seen a dog look at you? You're like 7 foot tall. This is ridiculous. Like, that's it. Race me right now. You're obviously about the same size as a big fucking turtle. We'll race and we'll see who's big. Well, like here, over to the other side of the bank.
All right, you watch and talk to the god, and then we're gonna get down in our positions.
Both of you make deception checks, or one of you make a deception check with advantage.
I think you should make it with advantage. I got a -1.
I got +1.
You have a better chance.
Okay, so you guys are like getting into position. The guard is getting uncomfortable and just now. All right, never mind then. And he like starts to turn around and leave. But there are still guards like walking up to the front of the bank.
I cast Zephyr Strike, and I'm gonna run in right in front of those guards. Let me put it up.
Okay.
So right before we take off, I will slap Thavo on the ass and say go, and that'll be my strike. But I will just run beeline in front of those guards, which won't provoke any opportunity attacks.
Okay. Roll a d20. I guess with strength would be... What's your strength modifier?
That is with strength. I don't have a modifier.
Does a 12 hit you, Thavo?
No.
Okay, so it kind of like grazes your back, and you feel like this energy kind of course through the slap as both of you take off running, and you are incredibly slow compared to Bosch, who is...
Wait, what's his speed?
I mean, I imagine it's 60, and then with an action to dash would be 90 feet.
And I will shout back, "Come on, turtle," as I'm running by.
Once I catch up to him, like once he gets to where he is, I'm gonna just yell and be like, "You cheated! You tried to grab ass, and then you took off, and that distracted me, and that was very, very rude."
I can't hear you over here.
So you two are sprinting. Bosch, you cut off the guards that catches them off guard and surprises them, and which their attention kind of, like, for a moment, goes over in your direction. Flynn and Arias, the vault door, the latch has been turned, and you're pulling open.
Now, can I hear all this outside?
You hear none of this outside. This is a very sealed up bank.
I mean, yeah, depending on how loud everything is, Flynn's just gonna keep looking to the vault, to the door, keeping low.
Yeah.
Vault doors. It's unlocked.
Is it open? Is it open yet?
Yeah, you can pull it open. You've unlocked it at this point. Yeah, you guys don't know what's going on outside. You don't hear any of the commotion going on. You're just like, these were all happening simultaneously as now you're opening the vault door.
Yeah, we get it open, and then I don't know if it like takes 15 seconds because it's a big heavy door, or if it's very loud to open.
Both of you make an athletics check, and we'll see how long it takes to open this massive vault door.
Nice, because I'm good at this. Woo!
Yeah, between the two of you, it's pretty easy to open. It takes just a couple seconds to creak open like the heavy doors you're straining and pulling it open. But you get it open enough to where you can proceed through. Looking through the other side, Flynn and Arias, you see that the intersections of all like the tiled floor, those like little darkened diamonds that are segmenting all of them are raised. Those look like the tiles that were mentioned to you in the pamphlet. So you just have to avoid stepping on corners.
Step on a crack and break your mother's back. Let's go.
What's that mean? What's that mean?
So, the two of you are progressing in. Anything you're doing? Where are you going?
Alright, I'm gonna roll a dice so as to not metagame. Okay. I do not do that. I was gonna cast a spell if I rolled 10 or higher. Making our way down.
Okay. Let me reveal the rest of this map for you. The two of you kind of wrap the staircase, follow it around, be cautious to avoid what was pointed out to you as alarms. As you move into the downward chamber, both sides of the vault entering have those same like metal latched doors. These all appear to have locks kind of dangling from the base of them. There's 3 on either side, so 6 in total. Progressing deeper into the vault, you see that there is more of a stash, like this mess of collectibles, boxes, chests, and all these things kind of piled up. There is a large chest kind of in the center, like at the far end, that looks very elegant and large. And then the other things that kind of stand out in this room is that there is a very large like sarcophagus on to like you facing it to your right that's kind of posted up against a pillar. You see another chest that's extremely long. It's maybe like 7-8 feet long and thin. It's almost like a something that would go at the end of the bed. It's very thin, narrow. You see it's like inlaid with gold and gems and has like a little latch mechanism that's keeping it sealed. Inside the vaults to either your left or right, you see that there are like piles of wealth. There's chests that look to be filled with the brim of like platinum and gold pieces. You see there are weapons kind of jabbed into some of these crates. There's stuff wrapped up in cloth that is hung on like display racks inside of all of these little cages. There's a lot of wealth in this bank. But you all have made it down here.
Can we see these runes? Are those there?
Yeah. You see that there are like these faint glowing glyphs that are sitting on the ground.
Well, those aren't good.
I might be able to do something about those if need be. My money's on the chest at the end of the hall.
Would they make it that obvious? I mean, I guess.
It's just a storage unit. They don't expect anyone to be here. And that piece is very sought after in this place. With that chest at the end, is it roughly the same size as most of the chests that we've seen the Scaladorth appear in?
This one's a lot bigger. This is a really big chest, kind of at the end, that looks heavy and like angled. It looks almost like it's a dwarvish make, like with the crude edges and like these sharpened points. It's very like geometrical almost.
It's hard to say. But
Well,
So
we
we
gotta
tried that first.
we gotta get rid of these runes somehow if we want to get to it.
Just walk up to it, and I'll try to dispel it. Keep my eyes open for any other physical trapezoids up in here, other than what we were told to avoid.
Me too.
Both of you
Actual
make.
trapezoid monster drops down.
Oh no, it's a Porygon.
Oh no. Oh no.
Gelatinous trapezoid.
Both of you make investigation checks, and while you two are kind of like sussing out the whole basement and looking this place over, the two of you don't see anything else that's like an obvious trap that jumps out at you. You make your way up to this to get ready to do your Dispel Magic. We cut back to Bosch, who has just sprinted in front of guards, and one of the guards is like turned away from the rest of the three. Excuse me, you need to be more careful, we'll ask you to leave the area. And you see that like the other three guards are still progressing up in the direction of the steps of the bank. And Thavo, probably at this point, now that you've like come to like a skidding halt after your sprint, is like slowly making her way up to you. So you're separated by like 20 feet probably.
I'm gonna keep going for Bosch. I'm like, buddy man, I'm gonna tie your ears in the tightest knot.
Bring it! And I will cast Disguise Self to make myself look like Thavo.
Small.
Okay, so you're a very small Thavo, so now both of you look like Thavo.
And I'm gonna still reach for where I think his ears are.
Make an attack with your strength and proficiency.
I don't know what a normal attack would be without a weapon.
It would be the same as your weapon with proficiency, as long as you don't, like, you're not +1 weapon.
Okay.
Your magical weapon.
I'm gonna say a 23 hits. So you kind of like swing around as this guard's yelling, and you grab like these invisible ears that you were trying to reach for, and you've grabbed them. The guard is now like progressing forward, and now that like the scuffle's starting to break out, you see another one of the guards is turning in your direction, and the other two are like progressing up the stairs into the bank. The guard that addressed you first is like, "We need you to leave. We can't have this ruckus up here in the royal ward."
I'm just gonna pretend I didn't hear him, and I'm gonna pick up Bosch and throw him, and hopefully hit those two guards that are still progressing forward. Like, just make it look like a reckless throw, like I just randomly threw him.
Make an athletics check. Okay, so you kind of like spin around like almost not shot, but whatever the ball is on the long string that people toss in the Olympics, like that. Like you just kind of do this quick spin and launch him, and he crashes into the other two guards who like all go prone and pile over. Roll a d4.
Gotcha.
Bosh, you take 1 point of damage from crashing into like fully plated up guards. They don't take any damage because they are well armored for this. But they all topple over.
How far away did she toss me?
Let me look at the map here. They would be like in this area. About 15 feet, 15, 20 feet.
As soon as I land, I will rabbit hop right back to her face and start just barehanded smacking her.
Okay.
With the rabbit hop, I could leap 15 feet.
Oh yeah, easy enough. So you kind of like barely get positioning it, but get your feet planted on these guards and then jump off and fly back in the direction of Thavo. Now both of you are just like swinging at each other and fighting as all of these guards are like getting their weapons and turning, now like aggressively moving in your direction. You see that there's like manticles and chains that are getting brought out to arrest you. Flynn and Narias, you're down in the vault. You are at this runic circle around this chest that's at the end of the hallway, and to your right is the sarcophagus, and then to your left is the very long, narrow, elegantly designed chest.
We'll cast Dispel Magic on the runes surrounding the chest.
Okay. You cast Dispel Magic, and it... And you also see the ones around the chamber dispel, and now it's pitch black down here.
Wait, these appear dispelled too?
Yeah, all of them dispelled.
Alright, whoever put these up will know, so we gotta hurry now. You can see in the dark, right? Or do I need to
Yeah.
cast down? Can we see well enough to, with regular dark vision, to peruse?
Can somebody, like, click their dark vision? Because I believe... No, you cannot see.
Okay, then I will quickly do some dancing lights. So, four little balls of blue start circling around me, so we can kind of.
Okay.
I'll kind of put them in the areas where the rooms were.
Yeah, just with the dancing lights going up as these three, like, globules of light begin to float around, you can see for 60 feet. You just need some sort of dim light for you all to utilize dark vision instead of complete darkness. But
I'll
yeah,
keep
now
it.
you can see fairly well. You can't discern color or anything except for your immediate area where these globules are, but you're at the chest.
Alright.
Okay, let me check it for traps real quick.
Yeah.
I take one step into the runic, where the runic circle was.
Okay.
Does anything happen?
Yeah, you need to roll. I'm just kidding. No, nothing happens. You're at the chest.
Okay. I'm going to check for traps, make sure it's not trapped in any way.
Investigation check. This chest does not appear to be trapped.
Well, it's not physically trapped.
Open her up. Might be locked though, but try.
I try to open it up.
It is locked. There is like a key slot in the front of it that you can try and pick if you want to make your Thieves' Tool check to unlock it.
Thieves' Tool. Is that proficiency again?
Yeah, you click on your Thieves' Tool and click Dex.
Dex. Skadoosh.
For sure. You easily just, like, with your now normal Thieves' Tools, reach into the key slot and click a couple tumblers quickly, and you see the lid kind of...
Ha! Got it.
Alright. Go in there quickly. Is there a Skaldorth in there?
You see the body piece of a Skaldorth and one head attached to it. There are two pieces inside of this chest. While you're also looking in there, it seems it is lined with, like, you see a couple skulls that appear to be made of, like, crystal. They're, like, crystals are kind of protruding from the top of it. They're, like, crystalline skulls. There are, like, these green emeralds that kind of sit in the eyes that make up the eye sockets, and it looks like all the teeth are made of, like, almost platinum or gold. They seem to be, like, very, very wealthy items. Outside of the two skulls that are sitting at the back corners, there are a couple, like, bags. They look like coin bags that are set in here. And there's also, like, on the back side of this chest, these two little hooks that protrude from the back wall that seem to be holding, like, this, almost rapier-like weapon, this thin, pointed blade.
I'm just gonna grab the two pieces real fast.
Okay.
Alright. We gotta go.
Alright, let's do it. Let's get out.
Close that. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay. You close the chest back, and you all begin making your way out. Are you just going up the stairs, back through the vault, and locking everything? Is that your process?
That's my plan.
Okay. So you all are making your way back through, up to the top floor, going through the vault, all that fun stuff, locking things back. Bosch and Thavo, you're about to be arrested. There are guards coming with manticles and chains in your direction. What are you doing?
I'm gonna push Bosch on, like, you know what? Friendship over. You can go on your own. I'm gonna go somewhere, go this way, you go that way, and we never talk to each other ever again.
Fine, I'll go my way quickly.
Fine. You
It
can go.
is at this moment that, Thavo, you feel a hand on your shoulder. We're gonna need you to come with us. You've assaulted guards.
When? What are you? What? I know. I've only touched him.
Please come willingly, so we don't have to use force. As you see, the manticles are, like, opened, and this dude's just kind of, like, standing next to you.
Fine, as long as it gets me away from this dumb bunny.
Your mom's a dumb bunny, and I'll take off the other direction.
Okay, so Bosch, you kind of head out of the royal ward. Pavo, you are manticled at your wrists and ankles as you are escorted through the main area. For Flynn and Narias, I need both of you to make stealth checks to make your way out of here, making it look like nothing was touched, as far as you replacing everything. Okay. You feel like you do a pretty good job. You lock everything back up, you make sure everything is left how it was when you came in, and both of you make your way to the front doors. Through the front doors, you can see like these slight glass panelings that are almost like crystallized over. You do see that there is movement on the outside of the door. Just on the other side of it, you see like the shining from the armor of guards. It looks like there's about 4 of them sitting in front of the door with another person that is like a large silhouette.
Right. Can you dimension door both of us out?
No, you're too big. That's why you've got to be invisible.
Okay, see you in a sec. Oh, boom. Invisibility.
Okay. And you're leaving the bank then?
Not yet. I'm gonna wait, because they're gonna open the door at some point, correct? Wait,
You
so
don't know.
We don't know.
are they not at the door?
They're not at the door. They're at the base of the steps. There's 4 of them surrounding like a large silhouetted figure.
Let's just wait. Let's just wait for a moment, see if they walk away. This isn't gonna work, but in game I don't know that. I'm gonna point to where Bosch and Thabo were and try to cast message and be like, "What's going on out there? Everything okay?" Try to see if it goes through.
Can you put the spell message up for me?
Yeah. Let's see if I can actually do that, because I don't actually have it in my thing.
I mean, I can look it up too.
Resend it to both of us.
I think the way message works is you just point in a direction, but that's the thing, it's you guys aren't there anymore.
Ah. Yes.
So even if I roll well, it's probably not going to work. Stupid. Where was that roll? All day.
Yeah, so you do recast message, kind of sending it in the direction that you think Thavo and Bosch are. It is in the same direction as Thavo, so Thavo, you hear this message as you are being arrested.
In my head, I'll say, "We caused a distraction. I am being arrested. Please bail me out."
What noises do you make? Because the message has to be spoken out loud.
Oh, does it?
Yeah,
Well, you don't know that.
you have to whisper the message back.
Oh, okay. I'll just, as I'm manticle, I'll be like, "Well, you know what?" Talking to the guards, just like venting to them, like acting like I don't care they're arresting me. I was like, "I'm glad you arrested me. That dumb bunny was so rude to me. Ugh, I need a night alone, so thank you."
We're gonna have to bail Thavo out of the dungeon, probably. Hopefully she didn't cause too much of a ruckus, but...
Well, then we should have grabbed the freaking money. I didn't, because I thought it'd be mean, but now we need it.
I've still got money. Calm down. Calm down.
After this conversation kind of transmits through a message spell, you do eventually see 2 of the guards leave with Thavo in cuffs, heading deeper into the royal wards. The other 2 are now turning back around and heading up towards the steps and the front door of the bank.
It's locked, so I'm just looking at the door. And, like, being low.
I'm just completely invisible.
Okay. They come up. You see faces kind of get pressed against this kind of stained, like, smoky window. Not super easy to see through. But you see that they're trying to, like, glance through. You hear all the doors, like, being checked to see if they're unlocked. Eventually, a moment passes. They head back down the stairs, and they're backs to the bank at the end of the stairs.
They're just staying there.
Yep.
Okay. Alright, well they're not looking, so if you can open the door and close it really quietly, you're good to go. And then I'll just dimension door as far away from here as possible.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Nice and easy.
I go up to the door. I unlock it as slowly, as quietly as I possibly can. Then I open it as slowly and as possible as I can. And I move out. And then I close it as slowly as I possibly can.
And I'll just be there at the ready to relock it as soon as the door closes behind him.
Mega stealth check with advantage, Norris, since you are invisible. It is super quiet, as the door makes no noise, and it just barely, like, opens. Flynn, you're surprised that he could fit through how narrow the door opened, as it seemed impossible. But then it slowly closes back, and... Norris, you disappear into the darkness. Where are you heading?
Shoot. I guess I'm just gonna, like, start making my way back to, I don't know, the restaurant up there, so maybe I can see, like, well, because once I get out of view from the bank, once I get, like, in a nook or cranny or whatever, I'm gonna drop my invisibility, and I'm gonna go up to that restaurant where the patio so I can see the front door.
Okay. Yeah, with that stealth check, easy enough to do. You kind of disappear, reappear, and head over to that restaurant. Flynn, you ready to go?
Alright, I pull out the Dimension Door scroll, and I imagine 500 feet back towards where we stay. And somewhere nearby an alley that I would have clocked. Just trying to Dimension Door to an alleyway nearly 500 feet away from where I'm at.
Okay. With 500 feet, you would have a good idea that that'll probably get you about the gates of the Royal Ward. Is about how far that'll take you. It won't get you close to back home. That'll be like another 20, 25 minutes to get there.
Is there any type of alleyway near the gate?
Yeah, there's plenty of alleyways around.
Yeah. I'm shooting for that then.
Okay. Just roll a d20 for me.
Right before I do that, I'm going to disguise myself to look like a halfling with, like, jet black, smooth, combed back hair, and nice clothes. Nice, leisurely nobleman's clothes. Just cause.
Sure. You take that appearance and cast Dimension Door. Roll a d20 for me.
Oh no.
You make it and reappear in an alleyway. Out of sight, nobody seems to notice that you have appeared here. It was a very small chance for this to go wrong, so.
I had to roll a 4.
3, 2, or 1, dude.
Alright. Then... just walking around with these Scaladors, so I'm gonna tuck them up in my jacket, which looks like a nobleman's jacket, and just walk home.
Okay. You begin walking back home. Narias, you're kind of at that super fancy restaurant that is now turning more into like a bar. There's not so much food anymore. You watch the front doors. The guards stay stationary for the rest of the time that you're staying there. You don't see anybody else. You don't see Thavo or Bosch.
I'll go up to the bartender and be like, "Hey, can I get a bottle of your cheapest whiskey possible? The worst stuff, the stuff you throw out."
Of course. A bottle of our cheapest whiskey will run you 200 gold pieces.
I have 199. Will that do?
Make a persuasion check. This is not a hard DC since it's one off.
Hold on.
Yeah. I mean, 10's fine.
Okay.
Sure. 199.
Thank you.
You trade it over and you get like this very like, it's almost like blown glass, like it's shaped and curved, and there's this dark liquid inside of it that it's a really fancy bottle.
Perfect.
It's the nicest whiskey you've ever tasted. And it's the cheapest for these people.
And I start heading back to City Drinking. Or like to the little motel that we were at. Or whatever.
Well, do you go to City Drinking or the motel?
The motel!
Okay. So you start heading back. Flynn's heading back. Flynn, you arrive. I assume, Bosch, you're back at where you're staying. All of you reconvene, the three of you, at a certain point.
Thava's got the bag of holding, doesn't she?
Yep.
Cool.
And the three of you arrive back at your homestead. Mission accomplished.
Whew, alright. What happened, Bosch? We got the stuff. They had 2 pieces.
So, Thavo and I started a fight when they all started heading towards the door. She picked me up and threw me into the guard, so she was arrested for assaulting a guard.
I hope they don't look in the bag. Surely they wouldn't look in the bag, right?
Well, if I was kind of thinking if you acted like our boss and forced me to go apologize to her, they might be able to get our stuff back to us, and we could pay them. I don't know how much it's going to cost, though.
Well, let's see. We need to stash these. I don't feel comfortable leaving these alone. Last
Give
time
them
I left.
What about Greg? Do you think he'll betray us?
No.
Do you think we could leave him with Greg?
We can try. I just got them in my jacket, like under my shirt.
Honestly, I don't think we all would have to go. I mean, Flynn, if you come and berate me in front of the guards that it was my fault we started the fight, I mean, Nereus could stay here hidden. He doesn't need to be seen by any guards for any reason.
Well, why did they approach you? You said you just started a fight?
Yeah, well, we had our continuing argument over the turtle and the Haragon, and we made a race, and I ran in front of some guards, but I mouthed off to Thava. When she picked me up by my ear, she threw me into them, which they considered assault.
Hilarious. Jackass.
But it was also
hilarious,
to keep,
hilarious, though.
there was 4 of them heading towards the door at the time, so we were a little worried.
Oh, that's good. Whew. Alright, well, hopefully, I mean, they won't hurt, so maybe it won't be too expensive. I've got some coin. We might just go and see about bail. Like, we may not even have to do any trickery here.
I mean, I have 110 gold on me, but that's all I have.
I've got a lot. I just don't know how expensive it is here. So we'll just see. Let's go to the city drinking real quick. Mission accomplished. Can you put these under a table for the time being, and then we'll be back. Gotta go get this one out.
Oh, Flynn. You did really well here. I wanted to give you this to replace the old one.
What is?
And I give him the whiskey bottle.
What's this for?
It's just a reward. I think you did really, really good. I couldn't have done it without you.
Well, you did good. I
But you also did pretty good too.
We really did good, Bosch. it was like, there's this book. I think it's like Thieves 15 or something weird like that, and it's about these band of misfits that get together to try to like screw over the man, as it were, who's building these casinos or something, and one of them sort of sleeping with the other one's wife. I don't remember. And one of them's two of them actually were really good looking. Anyway, it was just like that.
That sounds fantastic.
We'll crack this open later. He picked the locks on those things like it was nothing. Like he was just rolling marbles downstairs. That's how easy it was. Everyone knows how easy it is to roll marbles downstairs. Alright, so let's go to City Drinking.
The three of you make your way to City Drinking. You meet up with Greg. He takes you into the office. He agrees to hold these pieces as you see him like slide them into a drawer on the side of his desk. They'll be safe in there.
What do you know? So, yeah, I mean, she was only arrested for throwing rabbit folk into a couple of guards. You know how costly that'll be for bail, or is it just like an overnight stay? Do you know?
I mean, they probably just threw her in like the drunk tank. It happens sometimes. I'm sure you could get her out for like 50 gold or something like that.
Or would it be more funny, Bosch, to see if they just let her out in the morning?
Either she was a really good actress or she seemed to kind of get mad. I kind of tried to slap her ass before we did our little race, and I don't know if she took too well to that. And then at the end, I made myself look like her and said her mom was a dumb bunny. So I don't really want to compound how mad she's going to be. I figured she's going to kick my ass, but it was worth it.
All right.
We better get her out before they check that bag of holding.
Fake fight to Bosch, real fight to Thavo.
Yeah, I may have crossed some lines I shouldn't have.
Well, let's go get her. I forgot about bag of holding. We need that back right now. Let's go get her. We don't. I don't think it should be okay. Let's go.
Okay, you all head up to the Royal Ward. There is some discussion about where to find these cells and where kind of like the center is, but you eventually find it. Walk in. There's maybe half a dozen guards inside of the prison itself. You see there's a long staircase that kind of like descends into ground, and there's bars across like the front desk where you see there are a couple fully armored gentlemen standing behind it. Can we help you?
Yeah, we're friends with the big burly woman who threw our friend into a couple of your boys, and we were seeing what the bail would be. Get her out tonight.
To retrieve someone thrown into holding. Looks like 30 gold is what the bail is.
Okay.
Not too much damage was done.
That's good. Yeah, no, she gets riled up after a couple too many drinks for sure, and she's real strong. We apologize. We'll definitely pay for that bail, and we'll take her straight home right away.
Very well. You see him like start to slide paperwork under to you. I'll just need you to sign all of these documents. 30 gold.
Alright, 30 gold. Here you are. Flynn, Urican, Cecilio, Kite. Flynn, Urican, Cecilio, Kite. Flynn. We'll just do that for 30 minutes.
Yeah, it takes about 30 minutes. It's a long process of just signing paperwork.
Do you need to put your initials anywhere?
The first letter of every one of my names is real big. So it just looks like an F scribble, U scribble, C.
They also have a notary on site, so...
But the papers are signed for. Thavo, you're down in a cell with a bunch of drunks that are kind of like falling over each other and some just snoring loudly when the gate opens and you get pointed out. Someone posted your bail. Free to go.
Oh, thank you. I'd say these people snore way too loud.
Your equipment is given back to you, and you go upstairs to see Flynn, Bosch, and Nereus all standing there. getting your bail as Flynn is still signing paperwork.
I will cross my arms and be like, so you brought Bosch with you, I see. Just kind of look
Drop
off.
it. Drop it. We'll deal with this at home. Drunk ass. Flynn, Hurricane, Cecilio, Kite.
Takes the little stack of papers from you. Appreciate it. You all have a good evening.
You too?
Sorry again, I didn't realize what I did. Thank you.
Alright. Mind my bag, please.
And I give him his bag of holding.
Yay.
Okay.
Just gonna imagine one of the Scaladorths and see if my hand touches it.
Yeah, a piece appears in your hand.
Not pulling it all the way out though, just like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's in the bag, but it appears in your hand.
Whew, very good. I'm also gonna think about the deck of holding. Or
The deck of holding.
the deck of many things.
The deck of holding.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of cards that have bags on them.
Yeah, they're still there.
Cool. Alright, we're good. Whew.
And a
Go back
card
city.
falls out.
No, it doesn't. Did not say I was drawing a card. I was feeling for the whole deck, not to draw, very specifically, intact. Going back to city drinking. Putting those pieces into the bag.
Okay. You go back, retrieve your pieces from Greg, throw them all into the bag. You guys have successfully robbed a bank.
3
Easy.
episodes later.
Easy, dude. We're all worried for no
Dude.
reason.
I wish people could see me. I was invisible and I did the coolest stuff ever.
It was honestly, I mean, a lot of things could have gone wrong, but we are professionals. We could be criminals.
We
if we
should do.
wanted to be.
Well, I am, but we should do this more often.
We should do more crime. But like to bad people.
Yeah, you
Uh,
don't do crime to the normal guy. That's not crime. That's just being
This is you-
mean.
He's just being a dickhead. Yeah.
Favo threw me like 15 feet.
She's good at throwing. Remember? You don't remember in her eyes, but over them spikes, we got thrown over so many spikes. Whew.
Bravo is still pouting, not giving any eye contact to Bosch.
What a couple of days, huh?
So I'll go sit by Thavo and I'll put her hand on my bunny ears and just sit there.
I will start petting, but not looking at him.
I'll do the little dog thing where the paw just starts.
Alright, I'm a little less mad. Don't touch my ass ever again.
Done.
Well, with that, you guys drink and celebrate and have a good time the rest of the evening, unless you have something else pressing to do.
No, and that bag of holding is staying on me. I'm just clutching that.
I feel like we
Forever.
should probably leave town tonight.
Lynn,
Don't want-
open the whiskey bottle.
Don't want to be around here in the morning.
Yeah, probably a good idea. And I'm holding the bottle like, well, if we leave tonight, we don't want to be drinking this too hard.
Well, why don't we drink and walk?
I say, let's go get our horses. Let's get out a few feet, have a nice camping party.
Yes.
Yeah? Bonfire and whiskey.
Bonfire. 8 foot tall. Bonfire. It hurts to stand next to. That's the kind of fire I like.
No, we don't. No, come on now. You gotta. It's up to us to prevent forest fires, Narayas.
What's wrong with the forest fire?
Lots of things. Lots of things. You gotta have trees for life. Scientifically.
There are a bunch of trees here. One forest wouldn't make a difference.
I don't think our giant friend that we met would be happy about that.
There's this one book called, what's it called? It's called The Gods of the Finger Bracelets, and there's this one where this mad mage ripped up some trees with miraculous strength somehow, and then these walking trees got very upset, and I want nothing to do with that. Just toppled an entire army of these goblin-esque creatures. One fell swoop. Angry bearded trees. It's a good book.
So the four of you leave the bar, city drinking, and gather your horses at the main gate of the big city. You proceed a couple hours into the night, getting around midnight, the clouds still heavily overhanging. Begin to set up camp and have your own little celebration as you open your fancy bottle of whiskey.
So for the Wine Ghost, there's 7 pieces total, right? But we have 5, and we have 5.
You have 5 currently. You've turned one into Magda, and you know where another one is.
Okay. So we just need one more. Uno mas.
Huh? Oh. Well, Bokia's got the last one. I don't see us getting our hands on that anytime soon. Ooh. I gotta pee real bad. I'm sorry, y'all. BRB.
That's fine. We'll take one more quick break before we wrap this session up. Because I could pee too, you know? Lick and describe.
Lick and describe.
Lick and describe. Internet. Jack's wearing a hat. Oh hey, we're back on the internet.
Woo!
It's us.
It's us again. Well, the 4 of you are around a campfire, middle of the night, drinking some nice whiskey.
It's probably really good, isn't it?
It's very good. Lots of like caramel, this little bit of smokiness to it. Like it's very sweet, but has like this bit of spice that comes behind. It is a delicious bottle of whiskey.
Yeah, I purposely bought the best whiskey that I could possibly find for my friend Flynn. As I'm
Jeez.
freaking.
Spare no expense, bub. It's nice. Yeah, well, yeah, we went in. He rolled those locks like they were like it was a well oiled slinky. It was nice. And then we went in. There's some more runes. We missed all the traps. We opened her up. There was a lot of things I actually thought were very interesting, but I was worried that the moment we dispelled that stuff that someone was going to pop on in, so we hurried it up. There's some stuff in there. There was a sarcophagus. I was worried about that. I was worried that there was going to be a mummy coming out and try to eat us. I didn't want to tell you that, Narais, because I knew that you need to focus on your picking.
It was in the back of my head the whole time.
Yeah, we were on the same page. Look at us. That's
You
why
know,
everything succeeded.
What really, really surprises me is I resisted the urge to take the bags of gold and the freaking sword on the wall. I've been looking for a sword for a while. I passed it up.
I'm proud of you.
For a
I thought you were
Skeletor
gonna.
that I know nothing about.
I thought for sure you were gonna nab that. Wasn't gonna say anything.
It's just unlike me. I don't know what's happening.
We're rubbing off on you. We're good people. I don't know.
You know, I just realized something. We have all now pieces except for one. And that means the last one is in that Tomb of Horrors.
No.
Right?
Boja's got the last one.
Okay. I didn't know if one of the three pieces might have been one of hers that appeared to us.
I don't know. I don't know how the one from the Tomb of Horrors got here. The Tomb of Horrors must have been some baby back bullish. Just to upset me.
You seem like you know quite a bit about Tomb of Horrors. I doubt it'd be that much to go through.
It'd be a lot to go through. Prickly poison in your buttocks. Imagine that.
But you guys know where everything is, right?
Oh, it's ever changing. I assume. I mean, it's not even where it used to be. It's moved, teleported somehow. This, as Agamemnon wizard is real butt stank.
Real butt stank.
Kazar. It's written down. I just don't respect the man enough to learn his name.
As this conversation is happening, and you all are drinking this nice bourbon, whiskey, sharing it around and retelling your awesome stories of robbing a bank, the flames begin to shift at your campfire and almost like swell and dissipate. You see the flames going up, and then they almost like sink down and part. As emerging from that, you see like the upper half of a elven-looking humanoid being made out of flames as it almost like solidifies at the top half. You see this wild, like blown out red hair, this like purple cap, and like the collar of what looks to be like a purple coat. Well, you've almost completed it, haven't you? Go ahead and finish collecting the pieces, and we'll have a conversation. Good luck.
You look so awesome. Are you guys seeing this too? Am I just too drunk? What is this?
Who are you?
Why-oo. I'm sure of it. Has he already dissipated?
Yeah, right as you say Waiul, I'm sure of it. It kind of like the flames collapse in on themselves and
I want to be like that guy. Did you see what he was wearing? He was so cool.
That's why I want to keep with my studies. I'm going to be able to do that one day if I don't keep getting unalive. All right. I wish that we could have more of a conversation before I got to figure out how I'm going to get that piece away from Burke here. A lot of ins, a lot of outs. Papers, business papers. I need to buy a pipe. I'd like to have a smoking pipe right now. Some peyote.
Okay.
Alright. Well, Marlon, any thought? Now, go ahead.
I think maybe I know how we could make her give us the other piece. We could trade her this lovely knife that we have acquired. Have her do the
No.
deed.
Absolutely not. I won't trust that woman with anything powerful. No, absolutely not.
I mean, maybe just instead of giving it to her, the knowledge of what's going on might be enough of a price.
Gotta be safe about it, though. It's assuming she doesn't already know. She's crafty. I don't think she knows about you two, but her little assistant does. That could be enough for a mage such as her to do some spying. So, we'll see. I know Eastbourne is looking into Waiul last time I spoke, so we can touch base and see what she knows. Trade a little bit of information. But we'll see. We will see.
And you all take a long rest. You will level up after this evening.
So that means they're level 8. I'm only level 7.
Correct.
Dude, I think I'm gonna get into them 20s, boy. HP wise.
Well, while we're doing that, you guys can like level up afterwards. There's not going to be combat in the last 20 minutes of this. Where do you progress? Where are you heading this next day? Now that you're out of town, you have your pieces. Where are you going?
I guess unless
Did we go to Magda?
Make our way to Magda, but that takes like a week or more, right? 2?
It'll
takes
take you about
time.
2 weeks.
Yeah. So we can start just leisurely making our way back to Toothstoud. I didn't know, Bosch, if you wanted to try to intersect with your family again, or you just want to wait a little bit longer until we're done.
I'm fine with my family until we could figure out how to close the portals.
Okay.
They're
Yeah,
safe, and
yeah.
that's good enough for me.
So Waiul is alright with... I mean, he's got to be alright with Magda having a piece. He said, we've just got one more to get. So why would he be alright with Magda having a piece and not Bokia? Could be thinking too much into this. We'll see.
We have 5 pieces, right? And then 1 is with Magda. And it was 1 not in the Tomb of Horrors?
Well, they told us one was. I sensed its magic, but we couldn't find it before we all died. Supposedly. And then
he just said there was 1 more to get.
I assumed one of the 3 that we have was from the Tomb of Horrors, that this grassed person retrieved for us. Don't know where the other 2 came from. Boki's got 1, Magda's got 1. And that chest had 2. Very interesting. What's odd about this grassed person is I do not want to tell Bokia about that entity. I don't want to tell her about the blade. I'll trust Magda with that information before Bokia. I can't remember if we brought up... Did we bring up Wayul to Magda?
I don't think you have yet.
I don't think we have.
I think you found out about Wayul, like, as you were leaving, kind of like the end process. Because you got all that information from Bokia and the assistant right before you left to do this bank job.
Yeah. More interested to see what she thinks about all of this. They are the ones who have Orcus, after all. We still need to learn what Wayul's intentions are. I really hate that we can't speak with him before having all the pieces. But we'll see. I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, the weeks pass. You travel into Toothstown again a couple weeks later. Still with your pieces, an easy enough ride back. You do not see the giant and whatever that tribal group was of roamers. But you make it back to Toothstown. You have 15 minutes if there's anything you would like to do.
What y'all think? I feel like I've talked a lot in this session.
I mean, the last piece is gonna be up to like how you want to do it. Really, just depends. It has to do with Bokyo. We don't really know much about her, or as much, just from what you've said.
Yeah.
It's
I think we speak with Magda first. Trade all the information there, and then we see. Perhaps if Bokyo knows that Wayul is willing to meet with us, if we have all the pieces, she may be willing to give us the piece. Or at the very least, accompany us. Well, she's not here. Accompany, maybe if she can get it to Isban to accompany us. I don't know. We'll see what she says. First, I think we talk to Magda. Make sure we're all on the same page. That's my thought.
I'm just curious too of what their wish is going to be exactly too.
I've had some thoughts, but I don't know him. So I don't know. But if he did recently try to do a wish without all the pieces and it went wrong, maybe that's what happened the first time. Maybe he was trying to do something else and it created all of this. We gotta talk to him.
I mean, I'm just kind of wondering why, like, he wouldn't talk to us more earlier. I would think, you know, I don't know.
Well, no one's. When I spoke with Bokia and Isban about him, no one. He's kind of been off the radar, as it were, for nearly 2 decades. That's what happens with these incredibly powerful wizards. They usually go into some seclusion, like the Ice Cream Man. Wayul. Even Bokia, she's not even here. She just pops in with a portal, some sort of dimension for us to meet in. They get to a certain point that they don't like to get their hands dirty. I'd say that's the next step in the adventure. We get in, we park the horses, and we head to Magda.
It's gonna take about how long? 2 weeks on horse?
You're already in Two Stout at this point. We have
Yeah, we just
fast traveled the 2 weeks.
Oh, okay, good. I know you said the forest people weren't there. I was looking at feet at the time. Okay. Well, do we want to go talk to? You can talk to Eastbourne tomorrow, probably. That could be our first thing we do before going to Magda.
No, I said we talk to Magda first. I spoke for like 5 minutes.
I'm just saying though, like, we don't know what the
No!
wish is. The wish is what I'm concerned about, but
We trust Magda more than we trust these wizards.
That's why I said to wait to level up your character, so that you'd pay attention.
no, I stopped looking at feet. Sorry.
We're going to Magda.
Okay. You're in the castle district. You walk up the large stairs. Now, with a bit of notoriety, the guards know you, and all the gates are opened easily as you walk up. The heavy double doors are opened. No Magda, just kind of standing floating around, but you see the kind of grouping of bats swarm down from an upper level again as they kind of dissipate. And there is Magda. How'd it go?
It went well. A lot of extra stuff. A lot of new information.
Yeah?
We're going to need to sit down, maybe have a meal, and unpack a lot of things. There were 2 pieces in the vault. I don't know if you said that. I thought we were only expecting 1.
I knew there was the presence of another piece, I just didn't know how many.
There was 2. And we had a visit from an old friend of your boy downstairs.
What? What do you mean?
Well, you know, the fun little source of power.
Oh. Okay. Who'd you talk to?
Trust.
Surprised you're still alive.
So are we. So I don't know if this is a good place to unveil all of this information, or if we need to go more private. How comfortable are you?
It's really just you guys, but she is leading you into like a side chamber. You see, like, some messages are passed to grab food and whatnot and drink as you sit down and can have a conversation in a more private room.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I take it that he wanted you to do something if you're still alive. Or it's on
Yes.
your side.
Well, it seems like it's more of an enemy of my enemy is my friend sort of situation. Do you know of a mage named Waiul?
You see her begin to think for a second, kind of look down at the table. No. Not heard that name before.
Something that I'm looking into, that we've been looking into, and I've got a couple of other people looking into it as well. We believe he may have been the cause of this time jump that we all experienced. You're not aware of? When we got these pieces, and Arias can attest to this, he spoke to us through a flame. Wizards, am I right? Saying, oh, got all the pieces but one, get one more piece, and we can have a conversation. Grast also gave us 3 additional pieces. We have 5 in our bag.
Okay. Well, if Gratz is on your side, does he want you to make a wish?
This wizard Waiul apparently is very powerful, and if they wanted to, according to Grast, could release Orcus.
That's not good.
Whether or not that's his intention, we don't think so. Grast wants us to kill Waiul to just to get that chance off the table altogether, because he wants to rule the Abyss. He wants to keep Orcus out of the picture. That's, as far as we know, his only motivation for helping us.
Okay.
We don't really want to kill an innocent mage. Just because he's powerful enough to do it doesn't mean he actually will. And if you don't even know who he is, it's possible he don't even know what you've got down there.
But the deity has an idea. And if he gave you the pieces, he's gonna want you to use the wish for something.
I didn't mention us using the pieces, just that he gave us a weapon, a very powerful weapon.
Well, our plan, now that so many more pieces have come into our possession from the beginning, was just to wish for everybody to go back to their planes. If Grast knew that, then maybe that's what he wants as well. They want as well.
Could be. Because we know who has the last piece. And he must know, well, that's the thing. Waiul... Actually, we don't know for certain. Just said we just needed one more piece. So either Waiul is on your side, or Waiul is on Malun Bokia's side. Am I right in that, DM?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, from our end, you've got all the pieces for us. We seem to be of the same mindset to return everything to what it was. We can give you the piece that we have. Because whatever it is you're going after sounds bigger than us. If it comes down to whether or not Orcus is released back into the world, then I'd rather stop that.
Okay. When was the last time you spoke with Malun Bokia or anyone affiliated with her?
Years ago.
Okay. Because she's got a piece. She claims she's had a piece this whole time. Which is odd. Because that means Waiul definitely did not have all of the pieces when he messed around with whatever he messed around with. He could have very well caused all of this to happen. But like I said, we just don't know his motivations.
I mean, if you say that Waiul's in charge of all this, I don't know why he'd get the pieces and make a wish. That seems beneath him.
Don't know.
What was it you heard that wizard say when they made the last wish, Flynn?
He said, "Oh, that's not right." Something along those lines.
Sounds like an error of some sort had happened.
That's what I'm thinking. If he tried to do something and maybe he did not have all the pieces, then maybe that caused something else. Because like I said, Bokia claims that she's had one the whole time. She could be lying. She's not necessarily trustworthy. But her lies are more... she's good at hiding falseness In truth, she's a manipulative woman. We can go speak with her and let her know what we found. I don't think I ought to tell her everything that you know.
Like I said,
I
all we can do is give you the other piece. We would just want some oversight to know that you're wishing for at least everybody to go back. Because that's what we need the pieces for. That's why we told you that's where they're at.
Yeah. With a wish such as that, though, if they went back to where they're from, we still have this area of overlapping. They could just, eventually come on back in.
I mean, yeah. Unless that's the reason that you were giving a blessing from a abyssal deity.
Say for now, we'll leave the one piece with you. We'll give you, we can go ahead and give you a few of them, just in case Bokia tries to steal some from us when we go to meet her. See what she says. See what they found.
We can do that.
Take out the two that we got from the vault and be like, alright, you've got 3, we've got 3. She's got 1. And you all alright with you haven't even met my teacher yet. Are you good with keeping it that way?
You did.
I mean, that's pretty much up to you. You said she tried turning into an old man once. I don't think she'll do that again if she gets mad at you.
She could just straight up kill me now. But I don't think that's her intention. For all her faults, still think there's a part of her that does something for the greater good. In her own twisted way. We'll find out. We'll see what they found out about Waiul. I guess our next step would be to go to
Yeah.
the place, the bar. See if we can run into Eastbound.
Okay. Yeah. So you all finish up like a nice meal, served with some wine here with Magda in the castle. Finishing that up, you exchange the pieces to split them up and begin leaving and to head with Bar with Hale in search of getting contact with Malu and Bokia. That's where we'll pick up next time.
Woo!
2 sessions left.
Oh yeah.
We're off next week. We're back the week after.
Yes, yes.
So, what, December 5th?
Yep, and then we do that following Saturday to close it out.
Saturday.
That's it.
Everyone, like and subscribe.
Look and describe. We're off the internet. The internet.